Yo, 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 what is up? It's the crossover. We are back today. We live today. This is episode 10. Once again, we got a lot of topics to talk about. In today's show, we got Zeno, True to King, Ace Sturdy,
Yo, yo,
Hollywood
yo.
Herm, me, I'm back, and we got Casual. How are y'all
Yo,
today? How are y'all this weekend?
that's not
Good,
casual.
good, man. I can't complain, man. Like, so I'm here, you know what I mean? Ready to do this show, man. You know how it is. I mean, go Boston. You know what I mean? I got to put that out there, but we been waiting that.
Hey
Ace
man, we
Sturdy,
got to show
Hollywood
some
Herm.
love to our spawn.
Man, y'all know what it is. Your boy Sturdy to help make Shaky Takes more sturdy. Y'all know what I do, man. Y'all know who we are. Y'all know what's about to happen. And yeah, and since you asked, Maury, I'm doing well on this beautiful Saturday up here in the Northeast.
That is wonderful. Well, let's get right into the topics for today. The first topic will be about the fight that takes place tonight between Tank and Gervonta Davis is his name, and Frank Martin. He'll be going up against Frank Martin tonight. They fight at 8 p.m. Eastern time. A30, Hollywood Herm, and True to King. What do y'all think about the fight that is going to take place tonight?
Who want to start? Yeah, I mean, I think it's going. I mean, it's like it says, Tank is going to do. You know how Tank he's one of the stars of boxing right now. One of the most popular boxers in the world. Frank Martin, upcoming young fighter, undefeated himself. But I mean, that being said, I mean, like just like kind of like a lot of Tank fights. And if you saw, I don't know if y'all saw the damn, I wish I had downloaded the clip. The clip on him flinching, Frank Martin flinched and when they faced off. So I mean, yeah, man, Tank. I mean, he gonna entertain. He gonna entertain. You know how he gonna be, and
Yeah.
it's probably gonna be a knockout in the early rounds. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a spectacle. He's gonna bring the people out. So that's how I look at it.
Oh, true, man. I think you unfair to Frank Martin, man. I think it's gonna be split decision. Tank Davis gonna win in a split decision. I think Frank Martin can make it difficult if he fights a technical fight and if he stays patient and if he's able to take the power of Tank Davis, he could make it an interesting and long fight due to the fact that Tank he gets a lot of fighters out due to his power, and a lot of people can't take it. But if Frank Martin shows the ability that he can eat those punches, and how technical of a fighter Frank Martin truly is, Frank Martin can make this fight an interesting fight. So it's really gonna be all about him being able to take Tank Davis's power, and if he could do that, I think with his technical style, with him being a solid boxer, true. I think he can make this fight. I think he can go the distance, and it depended upon. I think he's gonna make a mistake. That's why I say split decision Tank. But I think Frank Martin can fight a very good fight to the point where he has a great opportunity to win the fight. Tank really hasn't been challenged in a while. I think it's gonna be one of those fights that Tank actually needs to be in so he could be ready and be primed and ready for Shakur Stevenson, which we know Shakur Stevenson is considered the best in that division, honestly, for the best boxer. So he actually needs a close fight. So I think it's gonna be a split decision Tank. But don't be surprised if Frank Martin actually makes it difficult because he is a solid boxer. He's just going against a guy with elite power.
Yeah, I agree with her. I'm leaning towards Tank in the split decision. Based off the rumors and some of the footage that we do know of these fighters, Martin, even though he's, in my opinion, he's a little more technical to Tank. He obviously don't hit as hard as Tank, but he's also more susceptible to body shots in comparison to Tank. As you saw, what Tank was teasing him in some of the press conferences, like shadow boxing to his body and whatnot. But also, you seen in some of Martin's recent fights his opponent been having some success at targeting his body. So I think the body in particular is going to have Tank will have great success. I think it's going to open up some of his combinations that he's going to like to finish off, especially with his left hook. But I agree with her. Martin is one of the most technical fighters in this division, and I think I think he's going to give Tank some problems. According to the rumors, when they was sparring back in the day, Tank Martin didn't hurt Tank per se, but they say he was catching him clean on multiple occasions and multiple exchanges. And so Tank, he's a high IQ fighter, but there's times where Tank could get how can I put it? He can get baited into basically being less technical and being a brawler than opposed to doing what he does best. So, but nonetheless, I still think Tank is the better fighter. I think Tank's going to win split decision, and I would not be surprised if he dropped Martin at least one time in this fight.
Wow. Well, the fight does happen tonight, so I guess we'll see what happens after the fight. So yeah. Okay. Moving on, next we're going to go straight into basketball, which is, the topic that we like to discuss over here. NBA. More specifically, the NBA Finals, which we know is taking place right now. We just had Game 5 go on, and we saw the Dallas Mavericks pull out Game 5, and the series is now 3-1 with Boston still leading. True the King, what were your reactions after Game 5 of the NBA Finals, seeing your Boston Celtics get blown out by more than 40?
Game 5 didn't happen yet. Game 5 didn't happen yet. Game 4.
Oh yeah, Game 4. I'm sorry.
Game 4 happened. I'm about to say.
Game 4.
She
I was about to say what day.
ready.
She was ready though. She was ready. She was about to read Kyrie stats. She was about to say Kyrie dropped 50. She was about to say,
Yo, she said nobody has come back from a 3-0 lead. She's ready for Call of Duty.
No excuses, a piss poor effort, you know what I mean? Like I said, a piss poor effort. I don't care. I mean, refs was bad on both sides per se. Regardless of it bad or not, but I mean, you having piss poor effort like that, allowing second chance points and rebounds and things of that nature, just it is what it is. So with no excuse on that point. But that being said, listen, when you up 3, that being said, when you up 3-0, no really need to worry. Because like I said before, like I said, listen, this team ain't perfect. Like I said, nobody ain't perfect. So it's like we seen this before per se, doing this in the regular season where I remember Milwaukee Bucks blew the Celtics out like this, and Joe took the stars early, whatever, and he bounced back. You know what I mean? So Celtics gonna keep their composure and they're gonna get ready for Game 5.
Okay.
But I mean, that being said too, I mean, listen, one more game. One more game. One more game.
Yeah, y'all need one more game. Dallas is literally taking it a game at a time, putting themselves in this type of position. Zeno, what were your reactions after Game 4 to the
You see this? That's my reaction. No team has come down from 3-0. We about to see it today. We about to see it this week. When they come back from a 3-0 lead. All right, let me be a little bit more serious. If I'm going to be dead ass, I pray for your team's downfall. I want to see your team just because.
Joe B was happy too. Joe B was happy.
I respect honesty. You gotta respect honesty, man.
I pray for your team's downfall every evening. I will wake up and I pray. I wish for your team to lose 4-3. This would be the most funny collapse ever. Anyways, but if I'm going to be a little bit more serious, I was happy that Luka did not get swept because, the narratives that will be going if he got swept, even though he was just on a worse team compared to the champion at that point, I would have just felt so bad about it. In the whole game, are we just talking about the whole game or just the game itself?
Do you recap of Game 4 and how you feel about the series? And since you talked about it, what are the chances of the Mavericks coming back and making this a series?
Next to 0. It really depends if Porzingis comes back. I still think you kind of have to give it to the Celtics just strictly because of how big of a hole they're in right now. Literally any game they lose, that's it. That's a series over. So that's too little of like a margin, especially when the Celtics are the better team. To this game was just mainly the Celtics kind of collapsing. Jaylen Brown not knowing when to pass, when to read, what's called make reads, running into people, his left hand looking weak, which everybody keeps making fun of. But here, even True can agree, he was not good going to his left this game. And unironically, wasn't this the game? This was actually a decent game from Jason Tatum, no? I don't think
Did
Jason
not
Tatum
play
played that
bad.
necessarily bad.
I
Wait,
mean,
you said
he played better than
Zeno
everybody
what?
else, though,
I don't think he
but he
necessarily played that bad this game. I'll be
he
real.
got in foul trouble. He got in foul trouble early. I wouldn't say. I mean, I'll say
What?
did he play better than everybody on the Celtics? Yeah, but that being said, like it was still piss poor effort. I mean, it was
Oh
bad.
Yeah, that
no,
was
I'm
not a
not.
good. No, no, hell
I'm
no.
not. No,
Zeno,
no,
we
no,
ain't
no.
doing that.
I'm talking
I'm
about like
comparing it. I'm comparing it to the disaster class games that he had in game 1 and game 2. It was nowhere near as bad as that. Now, is it to a top 10 level standard? No, but I don't think it's as bad as those games. I can clearly say that he played better than Jaylen Brown, and now that's comparing trash to trash. But hey, I'd like better trash. That's what I'm saying.
that's crazy. So
Okay, so instead of dumpster juice, you like trash can juice. I get it. I get it. That makes sense.
That's the fact that you put juice in this is so unnecessary. I just want to put that out there. I don't want to drink any of the tea. I'll be real with you. You can drink it, but anyways, yeah. To TLDR it. I mean, this was a very great win for the Mavericks, and I think one thing people didn't realize, Luca and Kyrie from behind the arc was like 1 for 14.
They were horrible. Yeah.
They were horrible from behind the arc. So that's the last thing I want to say.
Hollywood Hearn, what was your reaction to game 5? Oh my gosh. Game 4, Dallas winning. And what do you think? I'm telling y'all, I'm claiming it. Dallas is
See,
winning game
yeah,
5.
oh
Mar,
my
I'm claiming
god,
Mar, you're not slick. We get what you're doing. You putting
crazy.
out in the universe. I respect
This
it.
is
I
crazy.
respect it.
Get a load of this woman. Get a load of this woman.
And what do you think will happen going forward in the series? Do you think game 5 will be the end all, or will Dallas push it? Hollywood Hearn?
Well, for us the game last night, I was not impressed by the Mavs. I mean, it was a must win. You had to win if you didn't want to get swept. In Boston, they showing they showing that weak mental fortitude that everybody's been talking about. End of the day, you shouldn't care where you win the title at. This is your opportunity to do something. Tatum, Brown, Horford, y'all guys want to get y'all first ring. Should have took care of it last night. Now you put yourselves in a situation in the must-win game 5. Boston has to win game 5. If they don't, and they let Dallas steal that game in Boston, I'm telling you now, I guarantee it's going 7. And once it goes 7, I guarantee the Dallas Mavericks will win. Boston, the talent has never been a question. Their ability to play good basketball really never been questioned, but their mental has always been the question mark for Boston. And I think at the end of the day, you put them in a situation that they lose this game 5 at home, I think it's gonna affect them tremendously. And now you're giving the team confidence. And I'm gonna give some props to Jason Kidd. He did something slick in that game 4. In that fourth quarter when they knew the game was out of reach. We know a guy on that roster for Dallas. He could actually put the ball in the hole, could score. And once he's on, he's kind of hard to deal with. Tim Hardaway Jr. By him, letting them play in that fourth quarter, play loosely, and him start knocking down shots. That could be that could be a factor to the point where in this game 5, Tim Hardaway Jr. make three threes because now he finally had opportunity to see the ball go in the hole because he's been struggling throughout the whole playoffs. And
Mm-hmm.
for him to start knocking down shots in that fourth quarter, that's a good sign. J. Kidd was masterful in that situation. People, it's a small thing because the game was already out of reach. But for a streaky shooter, once they see that ball go in the hole, Tim Hardaway Jr. can mess around and give you 9 to 12 points off of threes in that game 5, which can propel the Dallas Mavericks to win that game 5. So I like that move by J. Kidd. Let him get some confidence. Let him not be afraid to take those shots because they will need a Tim Hardaway Jr. to get hot in one of these games. To mess
Mm-hmm.
around and hit 4 or 5 threes in the game. So I like that by J. Kidd. And I also like that they should have been did this. That's why I say I'm not impressed. They should have been sped up the tempo. Honestly, Boston Celtics have not been impressive, even though they was up 3-0. Offensively, they've been struggling. They really haven't been good. It's just that Dallas offense was so damn terrible and so stagnant and so damn predictable. It made it seem like Boston was really doing something that it really wasn't. So by them playing more up tempo and by them actually letting more people be involved within the offense, I think that's the recipe to success for Dallas. And I'm telling you, Boston made a huge mistake. They should have went on ahead and took them out. They should have went ahead and swept them. And I'm telling y'all, if the Boston Celtics lose Game 5, they would be the first team in NBA history to blow a 3-0 lead in the playoffs and blow a 3-0 lead in the NBA Finals. And don't get it twisted, Zeno. A lot of people say that the Cavaliers of 2016, nobody never came back for 3-1 in the finals. Hell, Kyrie Irving was on that Cleveland team.
Well,
He made
That's
history.
right, Herm.
Uh, but her, this your
terrible
third
take.
time saying that, right? This your third time saying that. I just got one question before I get my take. Why is Game 5 that pivotal, Aaron? Because like the most people will say, even if they lose Game 5, they still got a 2-game cushion. But
Uh,
why do you say Game 5 so pivotal? And why is it a guarantee if the Mavericks win Game 5, it's going to be a Game 7?
Because we know, end of the day, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown and those boys, they are a mentally fragile team. We see they are mentally weak.
Is
And
that a
once
narrative
uh,
for
that's
basketball?
Don
not a
DeMarco,
narrative. That's not a narrative. We
Don
seen it.
DeMarco.
I'm
We
just, I'm,
seen it. We seen it.
I'm just,
Jason
I'm just
Tatum,
saying.
NBA Finals, true. NBA Finals, true. Was that because Golden State was just that much better than y'all, or was it
Me, are
because
we
y'all
talking
was
Hold on,
about
hold
cold?
on.
past?
Just because y'all was folding under pressure. What was it, true?
Well, is that a question I can answer? Because granted,
I want you
hey,
to be
growing
honest.
pains.
I
Granted,
want you to
okay,
be
we can
honest.
if we want to be honest, that's in the past. I'm not going to sit for excuse of what happened in the past, but the problem is, we may touch on
Past
it where
follow
it
you,
may be.
son. Your
Y'all no,
past
see, this is
always
this is
follow
why
you.
you lost, but
Your
this is why
past
you
always
lost.
follow
Wait, we
you in
But
got
this
let
is
life.
True
why you. But
let
this is
True
why you've
respond.
been wrong. This is why you've been wrong in this series. You're going off based off the past, and you're not judging on what they're doing now. Granted, okay, so let's talk about now. The Celtics haven't lost 3 games or even 4 games in a row all year. So to sit there and say that now, and then you're gonna sit there and say, well, nobody thought that the Cleveland Cavaliers, the first team to come back from 3-1 in the finals. But guess what though? We've seen teams come back down 3-1. So granted,
Not in
that
the
was the first time
finals,
that
true.
happened. Okay, that was history, but it was still always possible that could happen though. Let's not make it
It
clean.
ain't
That's
never
still
been
always
possible in the
possible.
finals.
But still, people hold on, time out. Coming down back from 3-1 league, people been doing that since the 60s.
They haven't did it
That's
in
been
NBA
that's been
finals,
going
true.
on. It don't. Well,
Stop downplaying it.
we seen
Stop
it in conference
downplaying
finals.
that, man. I ain't gonna
I,
No,
let you
we're
I,
not
downplay
down.
that
We seen
shit,
it.
man.
We
I
wait,
ain't
seen it
gonna
in
let you
conference
downplay
finals.
that,
hey,
man.
No,
hey,
we seen it.
true,
No,
You
true.
can't down.
the,
Stop capping,
so
man.
the
Stop
point.
Hey,
The
true.
point
downplaying.
is the point. The point
Stop
is though.
downplaying, man.
But
Stop
you're
downplaying, man.
how I'm
Hey,
downplaying
true.
it.
Hey,
How
true.
and that's a hold on. So time out. We understand how big that was, and it was the first time ever. But let's not make it seem like we never seen in basketball a team come
We
back down
never
three
seen it
one.
in the
I do
finals.
know this. I
The
do know
True.
this
The
emphasis
though.
is the
finals
Hold
is
on.
the
finals,
end
I
though.
all
The
do.
be
emphasis
We
all.
is on
understand
the
that.
The
We
finals is
finals.
the end
okay.
all be
Hey,
all,
hey,
man.
true,
So
true,
I'm talking
true.
about
The
every.
finals.
Let me get this off. Yo, true.
Okay.
Do you
Yeah.
remember what You remember what KG used to say when he won the chip in '08? What he said? What did he
Anything
say? Tell me. All
possible.
right, buddy. Yeah, so
You just
anything is
hey, and
possible. It's
guess
gonna
what
happen
though?
today.
NBA and guess what? You listen, shout out to the Sixers, man, out being at home right now. I
Wow!
respect it.
Whoa!
I
Whoa!
respect it. I
That
respect
was
it, Zeno.
great.
I'm not mad at that.
That
I
was
respect it,
crazy.
Zeno. I respect this, But
that
that
was
being,
that
I
was a
listen.
that was an
I
That
absurd shot.
respect.
that was
I
a
Right.
respect.
crazy shot.
I respect this, let me make it clear. Honestly, listen, you the Sixers, I understand that. But that being said, though, at least you're keeping it real, though. That being said, it's a reason why in NBA and basketball, listen. A playoffs is listen. We don't know if the finals is the biggest stage, but every game in the playoffs is important. Let's make that clear. Every game in the
Oh
playoffs is a
yeah, of
must-win
course.
situation.
Hmm.
So it's a reason. And listen, winning, beating, especially teams in that playoff. Because listen, teams in the playoffs are there for a reason. Everybody don't make the playoffs or even make to the finals or conference finals. And there's a reason. Listen, so you're going to sit there and say they can beat that 17 4 straight times in a row. Hats off to you. Hats off to you. I, hey,
To
I,
Herm's To Herm's, I will
Seven,
say this though. To
seven.
Herm's
You
point,
mean four?
part
You mean
because
you
part
mean
of
four?
Wait,
Sorry,
let's
go
let
ahead, go
because
go ahead.
part
AJ
of
go.
because part of Herm's and this just playing devil advocate, like to Herm's point, right? They were saying the same rhetoric in regards to the Warriors in 2016. They haven't lost 3 games straight. That whole playoff run and regular season, but that will end up happening in the finals. But nevertheless, I do think it's a tall task. Be honest with you, I'm nowhere near a Boston fan. I wouldn't even want that for Boston. If Boston would have some way to commit the biggest choke job in sports history, I don't want the avalanche of negativity coming down on Boston like that. I won't wish that my worst enemy.
I would
But
want
besides
it.
that,
Hey, but let me play
but
this
you got
devil
motives.
advocate.
Hold
Let
on,
me play this devil advocate here.
I got you. But like, just give a take off. I think Game 4 was an excellent performance by the Dallas Mavericks team. I do agree, and to the standpoint that Luka and Kyrie can still play better, and from what they did, but they did do a good job of getting the guys going. Jason Kidd in particular, again, doing multiple things for Lively and Gafford to get going with the lobs, but I like what Gafford and Lively was doing on the perimeter in terms of defending when they were in situations guarding Jason Tatum, guarding Jaylen Brown. They didn't press as much, and they used their length. They took a half step back and used their length for contested shots. So that was a good individual adjustment by them. But obviously, the game ball go to Jason Kidd for finally making a adjustment, finally not going out on their back, getting abused like they did for majority of this series so far. Jason Kidd did a great job of getting more motion in the offense, getting emphasizing the ball has to move. And even though there was moments, obviously, Luka and Kyrie was cooking isolation situations, the role players wasn't standing there doing nothing. And that's why I do agree with her from this standpoint. Game 5 is a pivotal, not only because it's an elimination game, but also it's pivotal for the Mavericks role players' confidence. That's been the biggest difference in the series. You see, the reason why the Celtics are up 3-1 is because the role players for the Celtics has been playing circles around the role players of the Mavericks. And so when you give that Mavericks role players like a Tim Hardaway Jr., like a Derrick Jones Jr., like a PJ Washington, and a Derek Lively and Gafford some confidence, they're going to make their open shots. They're going to be more relenting on defense. They're going to help more on the boards. And that's going to give Mavericks a fighting chance to make this series competitive. In my personal opinion, I would not be surprised if the thing in Monday. But I will say for Boston though, if it doesn't end Monday, you do not want to play that game of the Mavericks potentially have a chance to push this to 7 games. Because the reason why it's hard to sweep a team in general is because 4 games in the playoffs is 4 games in a row in the playoffs. It not only shows your dominance over a team, but it also shows a clear, obvious path to victory, a clear, obvious mismatch amongst both teams. And so for the Dallas Mavericks case, shout out to Lamont for his post-game review. The way they won Game 4, it is replicable. It is they can repeat that same method. It's more so what they're going to do while Boston go on their run in Game 5 because they're not going to go lying down. I put that on everything. Boston will not play the way they did in Game 4 and Game 5. So if the Mavericks can stick to those principles that got them that victory in Game 4, while Boston going on their run in Game 5, they have a chance to make the series competitive. But all in all, great victory by the Mavs. But I think this ends. I think this series ends on Monday. I think Boston get it done in 5. But Cash, what you think, brother?
Bef- Before you go, I think another thing that could be specified is the fact that the winner of Game 5 in two, it was called in a oh no, it's 2-2. Never mind. Ignore me. I was trying to see what's like the percentage of a team winning Game 5 and then winning the series.
But Zeno, all Dallas got to do is keep attacking the paint like they did in that Game 4. They was driving the ball. They wasn't settling for jumpers. They was attacking. They was attacking that paint. Especially if Porzingis not playing, you keep attacking
Yes,
the paint. That's what
exactly
Dallas
what I was
got to
gonna
do.
say.
So I find it funny though, Herb, you
This
didn't mention Porzingis besides just
Hey,
now though.
hey, yo,
Yeah,
y'all ain't leaving no leftovers for casual.
we
Y'all
got
being
you gotta
inconsiderate.
let Cousin speak.
no. I
I mean, he
think
go agree with True anyway, man. So
Let's hear
no.
his
How do you
thoughts.
know
Hear his
that?
thoughts.
How you know that?
That's
Let's hear his
we
thoughts.
crazy.
just finna find out
You
now.
think
Man,
he's
you've
gonna
been
agree
on
with True
Crazy.
of
The
all
floor
people?
is
you've been
Yeah,
yours,
on
yeah, you
Cash.
don't know
The
him.
floor is
Yeah,
you've been
you
on
yours.
don't know
Porzingis
him.
time.
Yeah, you don't know.
A Buck fan riding with the Celtics is crazy. I
This is
can't do
crazy.
that, bro. I
It's
just
green on
couldn't
green,
do
huh?
that, bro.
Green, oh, we wear green on green, huh? I guess that's
Yeah,
right.
that
Green,
just ain't my style, bro.
I
We wear
green
mean,
different
on
cut.
I
We got
mean,
green.
different
Yeah, I
brands.
Nashville,
made
y'all
myself.
helped them out. Y'all helped out Boston, man.
Okay, Herm.
Oh, here
See,
we go.
now
That's
that's the
see.
exact and that's
It's
the
getting
exact
there.
reason
It's
why.
getting there.
Yeah.
It's getting
Okay.
there.
No. To Herm's point though, they like that literally would be the logic of what the Dallas Mavericks would ride with for them to repeat the outcome of what they had in game 4. They would attack the paint like they did last game, like to like the nth degree. The problem is they did it at such an anomaly like level for their standards. I don't think they could replicate this. They scored 60 points in the paint. 60 points in the paint. They out rebounded the Boston Celtics, who is typically like as a unit, one of the better rebounded teams in the league, especially this postseason run. They out rebounded them by 21. You think they're gonna replicate that? You think that the Boston Celtics are gonna allow 60 points in the paint to their 26? You think that they're gonna allow that? You think that they're gonna allow the Dallas Mavericks to shoot 40% from three while also getting 16 second chance points to the Boston Celtics too? You think they're gonna replicate that? No. Some of this stuff you have to, even you, Herm, have to acknowledge. This is an anomaly. This was just their best game possible that they could have played. And so understanding that, no, I think the Boston Celtics end this on Monday.
Wait, Casual. When you say that, you don't
Uh-huh.
think Kyrie and Luka can play better? You don't even Gafford. You don't think Gafford can play better?
No, it's not a question of whether I think that they can play better. It's a question of can just as much as you can. We continue to say the Dallas Mavericks in some aspect of their game they hadn't even played their best game. The Boston Celtics haven't played their best game. Like we keep
No.
ignoring the fact. We keep
Game
ignoring the
game
fact.
one, game one. Them niggas.
Game one was not as incredible as you would like to think, brother. It was not.
They were up by 30.
Just because you were up by 30 doesn't mean that that was your best game. They were playing that primarily on the defensive end. They were locking in. They didn't get any, if any, they didn't get any lobs off. That's that's not something that like their offense. Like Jaylen Brown shot 20% from three. You think that there's a lot of games where you're gonna do that? Jason Tatum shot 14% from three on 7 attempts. You think he's gonna continue to do that? He
Well,
shot 27% on the field.
JT been having a pull up jump shooting slump this entire
But
playoff run. I get what you're saying.
agreed. But the same way that you can say that Luke and Kyrie won off of, and they didn't even play their best game. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum haven't played their best game, and that like this isn't like new to us. The Boston Celtics are they've always been this way. They get into these slumps where they allow teams that they know that they're better than skill wise, talent wise, to be able to essentially beat the shit out of them because they go to sleep and then they wake up, they pummel them, and then they go on about their business. They did this against Cleveland. They did this against Miami. Why would Dallas be any different?
It's a good
Yeah,
question.
you okay, True?
I'm just saying, like
I thought it was
he's
on
speaking the
mute.
gospel.
My fault.
He's
Just
speaking the
to
gospel.
give you the troll answer. Shout out
That's
to the
crazy.
man Jared Thomas, day one on this FYF platform because they have Luca. Casual. That's my
Mm,
troll answer because they have Luca.
That's
and
nasty work,
my
bro.
response would be this: do you believe in Tim Hardaway Jr.?
That's still my
No, I believe in the great white hope of Luca.
Oh, okay.
Not
All
Tim
right.
Hardaway
All right.
Jr.
Great White Hope is
But
always
Kev,
Great White
but
Hope will
Kev,
always bring you home. I'm
if
sorry.
y'all
You're
want to
right.
make some money,
Great white hope.
What you
Hi.
about to say,
make some
Earl?
money, man, go on Profit Duel, man.
Hey,
And bet that Tim Hardaway Jr. man hit a couple of threes.
nah. I tell you what. I tell you what. I'll bet. I'll bet on Profit Duel. Make sure y'all go ahead and click that link that we posted in the chat. I will bet on Profit Duel that Dante Exum is not knocking down 2 threes again.
Well, but
Speaking of
guess what?
profit,
Tim Hardaway Jr. go
Nah.
he gonna replace him
Forget
with three
Tim Hardaway
threes.
Jr. Tell me, Herm. You tell me. You believe Jaden Hardy and Dante Exum are both gonna shoot 3 for 6 from three next
I
game?
mean, Tim Hardaway gonna replace that. Tim Hardaway Jr. finna hit by three or four threes next game. Watch what I tell you.
Man, I don't even believe Derrick Jones Jr. gonna knock down a three.
Yeah, that was crazy. Derek,
Oh,
then Derek
I'll take the
Lively hit a
odds
three.
on
Derek
that.
Lively hit
He
a
gonna
three,
hit a
bro.
three. Derrick Jones Jr. gonna hit a three.
Yeah.
I bet on that on Profit
Derek
Duel.
Lively, then
But
Derek Lively hit a
Sturdy,
three.
but Sturdy can let us enlighten us how to play on Profit Duel though. It started on mine.
Yeah.
Oh damn, you just
Tell
got
you,
the okay.
tell you, Herm. I'd rather show you.
I'm here to introduce you guys to a website with guaranteed returns, and it's called Profit Duel. And Profit Duel guarantees your returns by using this thing called match betting.
So match betting is basically a process that involves placing two bets on the same event to cover all outcomes. And that's the most important thing right there. So there's really no risk. This means we don't win anything, but we also don't lose anything. But in the process of doing that, you are unlocking the generous free bets offered by a multitude of different sports books out there. Let's go ahead and click on some of these offers. I'm going to show you how this process works. But when you click on these offers here, as you can see, sports welcome bonuses, multitude of different bonuses right here, and you have the opportunity to take advantage of all of these offers, and it makes the process so much easier than what you see on some of these other sites.
Get Profit Duel, and let's start hitting this guaranteed cash today.
Shout out to Fontaine.
Y'all go check out
and
Profit Duel. This would be the perfect opportunity to make some bets on the WNBA, which is what we're about to talk about now. WNBA just this past week announced the players that will be playing overseas for Team USA that will be representing us. Asia Wilson was on that list. Brianna Stewart, Jackie Young, Chelsea Gray, Brittany Griner, Diana Taurasi. Help me out, casual. Kelsey Plum, Nafisa Collier, and we had I'm missing like 4 other players, but y'all go check out that list. But basically, it was just filled with who I think were the best players in the league.
Over the last 3 seasons. Over the last 3 seasons.
Shout out to my aces.
I think that's
being third of the Olympic
aces.
thing.
I
think that's BS, man.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? You know what's funny though, Mario? There were some people that were they were up in arms about Chelsea Gray, who hasn't played so far this season, being on the Team USA. Like she didn't have a career year in the championship run last year.
They forget so easily, and majority of the noise is coming from. They forget, and some of the noise is coming from the people who just did not watch that season that Chelsea Gray had, because majority of the backlash are coming from Caitlin Clark fans. And they're asking why Chelsea Gray made it. Why did Diana Taurasi make it? And where is Caitlin Clark?
That was what's the word? That was a legend pick for Diana Taurasi.
I agree 100%. Do you think Caitlin Clark was
Absolutely
snub?
not.
And I do want to hear from other people on the stage, because I know that we also talk. Y'all can also talk WNBA talk.
Especially the newest. Especially the newest fan, right? Mr. Zeno in the building.
Before casual, give your full opinion on this roster right here.
There it is.
I have no problem whatsoever. Actually, I say this might have been the best possible team that they could have put out. You could have probably went with maybe a more defensive oriented guard, but especially like this season, if you're watching players like Asia Wilson, if you're watching players like Alyssa Thomas, you're watching players like Jackie Young, Chelsea Gray, like you're seeing top-notch defense, versatility as far as like on the wing and rim protection wise, to where you can afford to sort of make a legends pick like Diana Taurasi. You can afford to have a player like Sabrina Ionescu for floor spacing on your team. So I love this roster. I see no problem whatsoever. You can maybe nitpick a little bit about some of the people that were on, like Brittany Griner, but even in Brittany Griner's case, I think that I have no problem with this pick because of what Brittany Griner went through to get to this stage. If we're being honest with ourselves, Brittany Griner spent time in a prison outside of the country
She did.
for unnecessary reasons. And so like I think that they picked her more so than anything just because they wanted to give her a chance to be able to showcase that she still got it on a Olympic stage. And she does. I mean, I think none of us question Brittany Griner's ability, at least on the defensive end, and that's all that they
Ain't
will
she
bring her
hurt
on
though? Ain't
to.
she hurt though?
She's hurt, but by the time we
Nah,
get to
she
the
just
Olympic,
came back. She
Yeah,
just
yeah,
Brittany
retired.
Griner is
Hey,
back, and
okay.
she's been playing phenomenal.
Yeah,
She's been
and
she's
and
been
even
good with
more
that.
and even more than anything, like by the time we get to the Olympic season, Brittany Griner should be fully healthy, at least
Yeah.
close to her athletic her back to her athletic ability. Like she can be able to go up and down the court and not have to take breaks and stuff like that. So Brittany Griner will be fine. And then they're not asking her to play anything like extraordinary. Like they're asking her to be both the offensive and defensive giant that she is in the WNBA. They're just asking her to play defense, do some tall shit, Bobo style.
Yeah.
And so like I see no
She's
problem with this
nine.
roster.
Yeah, you ain't
This
nothing
is
wrong
a
having somebody
damn
who's nine.
shame.
Yeah.
This is a damn shame.
It's a
Um,
shame. Why is it a shame, her?
the WNBA is failing again. End of the day, sometimes you got to pick the ball and roll with it, man. This is an opportunity to take it to the next level, and you blew it again.
I
Um,
don't agree with that.
Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark should have been on this roster. If the Dream Team had Christian Laettner and John Stockton on the roster, why in the hell they couldn't put the two hottest names in the WNBA on the damn roster? And
Okay.
Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. It's not always about putting the best collective group of talent on the team. Isaiah Zeke Thomas should have been on the Dream Team, but end of
So
the day,
Hollywood Hurt. I have a question. So
Oh,
who
they
are we
didn't have him
taking
there, so
off?
they had John Stockton. Like,
Who are we taking off in order to put Angel Reese and Caitlin
That's a
Clark
good
on
question.
this list?
I put
Chelsea,
Rosie.
Chelsea Gray could come on. Chelsea Gray
huh?
can come on.
Uh,
She can come
What?
on. She ain't played
uh,
this year. She can
What?
come on.
What?
She can come
Chelsea
uh,
on.
Gray. Okay, who else?
Guess what?
No,
Diana
no, no, no.
Taurasi. Diana Taurasi
What?
could come off. You already won multiple gold medals. Hell, they did it all
You're
UConn.
not taking her off.
hey,
Yes, you do
I'll be
take
real with
off.
you.
Do
I'll be
take
real with
off.
you.
You take both of
I'll be,
them off. You
Herb,
take both of
Herb,
them off right
You
now.
said Chelsea Gray
Herb.
and who?
And Diana Taurasi, take both of them off right now. I'm gonna put Angel Reese and
Why the
Caitlin
hell
Clark
would
on the
you? Okay,
roster.
okay.
That's
Forget
gonna
Diana
Herb,
Taurasi.
elevate your league.
no,
Forget
no, no,
Diana
no,
That's
no.
gonna
Taurasi.
get you.
Why
That's
would
gonna
you?
get
Let
you
her
Wait,
more
wait,
land
wait.
his
money.
Let her.
plane.
That's
Let
gonna
her. Yeah,
get you
let her
more
finish.
money. That's gonna get you more money. The business aspect. They've been dropping the damn ball in the WNBA for years when it comes to business, and they messed up again by not letting Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese be on this damn roster. Why you letting the over 40-plus-year-old Diana Taurasi, which already won gold medals, back on the damn team? And why you let somebody that ain't played a goddamn game in the WNBA this season to play on the Olympic team? That's a travesty. They're the dumbest goddamn organization in sports. They messing up again, and they need to fire the commissioner immediately. And they need somebody else to run the business of the WNBA because they really Adam Silver might as well run both, run the NBA and the WNBA because hell, they don't know what the hell they doing. If you want to promote the sport and make it bigger, you put them two damn names on the damn roster. They ought to be ashamed of themselves, and they dumb as hell by not doing that. Take Diana Taurasi ass off and take Chelsea Gray ass off, and you fix the damn problem by putting Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark on the roster. That's a
I want to
damn
say,
shame.
to you, Herb, I'd rather you get rid of Sabrina Ionescu and put Caitlin Clark on the team rather than get rid of Chelsea Gray. I don't know what Chelsea
Excuse
Gray
me?
did to you. Did I stutter? Get rid of that fake Steph and put the real Steph on the team.
If you think that you calling Sabrina a fake stuff and then got the nerve to call Caitlin Clark the real stuff, oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we're not watching the same game. We're not
Uh-huh.
watching the same game.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Y'all are chatty.
That's Magnet Ball Queen herself. That's Caitlin Clark right there.
this is nasty.
True to King, what was your reaction to the initial list?
Um, I'm not surprised about it. You know, what I mean, just how listen. If you, we can get into like the promotion of the game. That's I'm not going to argue that point with her. I mean, but at least this is a talented roster. I mean, that being said, I think this is the best roster you could put out. Man, shout out to my aces. I mean, hey, listen, hey, I mean, third of the team is aces players. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, can't get mad at that. I mean,
Bro,
ain't big.
disgusting.
I'm about to
Disgusting.
cry, man. I'm about to cry.
I mean,
You see
listen. I
top
mean,
left?
I don't have a problem. I don't got a problem with the list though, man. I mean, I don't got a problem with it because I mean, I don't think it's a problem. To be honest with you, like that be like you shouldn't be on it. And let's be like, here's the thing too. Like you could say Angel Reese or I don't think like listen. And the truth be told, Angel Reese and Clayton Clark are not better than nobody on this at all.
Oh, I agree.
That's just
I
a
agree.
fact.
It's not always about being better, bro. It's
Oh,
not
that being
always
said,
about it.
too, to your point too, was your point too about Christian Laettner? Christian Laettner, but how are you gonna promote it? Okay, you use the point with Christian Laettner, which is I understand that point, but Christian Laettner didn't even play. So how are you gonna promote a game where somebody's not playing?
No,
So
but he
you're
was the
saying
best.
if you
They put the best player in college
no,
basketball at the
I
time.
understand your point. I understand your point, Herb, but I'm fine with that. I'm not arguing about okay, but that being said, how are you gonna promote the game when if you're going to say, well, they put Christian Laettner on the Olympic team. Last time I checked, Christian Laettner didn't play like that at all. He barely played. So how are you going to promote the game of, for example, you said, well, they could do it for Andrew Reese and Caitlin Clark. They're not going to play.
They
That
will
So
is
how are you going to
true.
play.
promote the
They
game?
will play because they gonna
They
be
would
heavily
not play.
favored
Like how do
regardless.
you?
They
They
would
gonna
But
win
not
the
you use the
damn
play.
Christian
gold medal
Laettner,
The
regardless.
only
but
time
you
that the
can't
only
use it.
time that they
You
would
can't
play, quite literally, the only time if they were to put Kalen Clark or Andrew Reese
every
on the floor,
time.
the only time that they would play would be doing garbage minutes because everybody that they have on the team is doing and providing the same thing, if not more, than both of those
They not
guys.
they not providing endorsements. They're not providing the growing the business of the
And
league
and
I'm
like
not
and and
arguing.
to
We're
what
not
Andrew
and to
Reese and
what
arguing.
Clark
true
are
and to
doing.
what
They
true
not
and to
doing
what
that.
and to
I'm
what
They
True
not.
I'm not
just said,
arguing.
but to what True just said, how are you going to endorse anything when you're not on the floor?
You gotta put their ass on the court. I don't give a damn about the politics. I don't give a damn about how they feel. They not better than anybody on the damn roster. If you want the damn league to grow and you want people to respect the damn league, you put Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese on the roster, and you put their asses on the court. Because end of the day, whether they should get all the minutes or not any minutes,
Mm-mm.
they gonna win the damn gold medal
But you can't
regardless.
say no
They gonna
minutes. But
win
you
this
You
can't
shit
just
say
said.
no
regardless, man.
minutes.
That's
But you can't
BS,
say
man.
no minutes, Herm. You can't sit there and say no minutes if you want to promote the game, Herm. See how you can't. You
No,
can't keep
I'm
saying
saying you got to
just put them on
give
the
them the
roster. The
minutes.
roster. I mean,
But
but
they're
here's the
not.
thing though.
But the
With
Bro, that
that
be the
thing
being
is
problem.
said,
That
established.
be the problem with y'all. Y'all be wanting to talk. Y'all be wanting to y'all. This the problem with y'all talking about this WNBA and the situation that they're in. Y'all want these women to sell out on the quality of the
That's
product
not
just
selling
for
out. It ain't
simple.
no
It is
quality
selling
of the
out. It is.
product. It's no quality to the product.
I hate to break it to you. Diana Taurasi this year is playing better than Sabrina
I don't give a
Ionescu and
damn.
Caitlin Clark and Angel
Her
Reese. She's
old
playing
ass
better than
already
all of these other
won
guards.
gold medals.
Can I
Take her
Well,
interject?
old
I
ass
think it's
off the roster.
Can I
already been
can I
okay. It's already established that Herm just simply does not care about what they produce on the court. It's
Exactly. He
simply
doesn't care about the
he's looking
quality.
at
He
the
only
name.
cares
Exactly.
about. He
can
only
I
And
cares
what
can
we
I
about
should,
can I
So
and
interject?
what,
Ace
Can
no,
I
no,
thirty,
no, no.
I
interject?
want to hear
well,
from Ace 30. I
let's
want to hear from Ace 30 and
I
his
want
thoughts
to,
on the team.
Well, first of all, it is the most talented roster they could put together. Kind of, for the most part. Let's be honest. Donna's Rossi, I'm not. Yeah, Donna's Rossi. She's on the team because of legacy. Let's get that out the way. She's not one of
yeah.
the top. She's not one of the. She's not one of the top 10 players in the league. Even as a casual, I know that. So no pun intended. So anything.
E.
I think I think Hearn. I'm actually agreeing towards Hearn. I'm not saying I think Hearn's using the wrong examples at this stage of the WNBA's as a company and as a league. The more exposure, the better. And I just want to remind people that for those who don't know, the women's Olympic team is one of the most dominant Olympic teams. Period. A lot of people don't know these women are. Last time I checked, they are 70-3 in terms of all time record.
God damn.
They have more gold medals than the men's team. So let's be honest, they're going to win the gold medal. So it's not really about. There's no competition in regards to the women's basketball team versus the world. There is no competition. Not like the men's. There is no competition. Let's get that out the way. So they're going to get the gold. So I do agree with her from this standpoint, but he used the wrong example. It wasn't Christian Laettner because Christian Laettner was on there because of the rule, because the Olympics team still wanted to have a college player represented. They put Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, who was out of the league at the time, on the Olympic team for the reasons why we're talking about now for more exposure. Larry Bird did not play at all, but he got there because he represented an important era of the NBA So naturally, David Stern, he literally said this. He wanted those guys on the team because this was the first year they allowed pros. So he wanted to show the world the highest quality and the legacy of the NBA. And that's their standpoint. Letting Angel Reese as well as Caitlin Clark on the team will bring that extra attention. And I don't know if everyone's familiar too. For the people that selected the team, they actually said that. They actually said one of the reasons why we don't want Caitlin Clark on the team is because we don't want the potential pushback from her fans in terms of the amount of minutes or lack of minutes she's going to play, because she's not going to play a lot of minutes. Because it's that simple. But she can be utilized as a marketing, but also when you expose the world of that team, if Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark on that team, they also expose the world to the potential of the WNBA too. But whether we like it or not, Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese are the future of the WNBA. They are. So why not put that future talent on the highest stage international and let the world know the WNBA not only is only here, but we have future plans that we have for evolving the game of basketball and contributing to the basketball as well. There's nothing because you're not going to. I just want to land it here. You're not going to hurt the quality or the integrity of the game because you're adding two lesser players to the roster, knowing you're going to win. The Dream Team did not do it, even though they knew Larry Bird was done. Magic was out the league. Like y'all just going back and forth. Chris Leonard didn't play. You know why they didn't? That didn't hurt the integrity of the game because the other 9 guys on the goddamn roster. Same thing for these women here. Diana Taurasi, bro. I don't expect Diana Taurasi to do nothing. And I just want to make this correction, bro. In comparison to the talent on this league, bro, like she's not going to be asked to do a lot on that Olympic team. What are you talking about?
What do you think Diana Taurasi? What do you think Diana Taurasi is at this point in her career? Do you think that
I'm not. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying naturally on the Olympic team, star players, no matter who you are, you get asked to do less. And looking at this team, that's all I'm saying. Looking at this team, she's not. Is she's even a top 3 player on this team?
But she's a guard. She's the lead guard on the team. There's outside of Jackie Young, there's no other player that you would justify putting ahead of her.
And to be fair, Jackie Young is
having a career year so far.
Wait. And Jackie Young is actually someone who's more looking for her own shot rather than actually playmaking to the level that Diana Taurasi does.
Exactly.
So
let me ask you. No, let me ask this question then. How many, if you were to replace Diana Taurasi with a better point guard, how many options do you have in the WNBA?
It's not that many. That's what I'm trying to get you to. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. It's not that many.
I'm just asking for a number. I'm asking for a number. There's no slight. This is me trying to learn. These are legit questions.
Okay, you mean for passing?
No, better point guard. Who are the better point guards in WNBA better than Diana Taurasi? How many of them?
Someone needs to tell me. I don't think there's maybe
she's
even
not
more
a top
than 2.
five.
Not a lot.
It's not a lot.
I'm not saying there's a listen. I am a casual time to learn about the stage of the league. This is an honest question. If you ask me how many guards or point guards are better than Tyrese Halliburton, I'm gonna give you a number.
Yeah.
How many point guards in the WNBA are better than Diana Taurasi?
Well, they don't really say just point guard, just do guards. I want to say maybe 4.
I would say probably. I mean, you got Arike. You would say,
which you don't want in this team.
Yeah, exactly. I would probably say.
Shout out Arike though.
Yeah, shout out Arike. I would probably. I would say Arike. I would say what's my girl's name? Chelsea Gray. When healthy. I would probably say Jewel Lloyd. I'll probably say Jewel Lloyd. And help me out. Maybe Kelsey Plum? Not even. No, I wouldn't even say that.
I don't think Kelsey Plum. I think Kelsey Plum.
What about naming guards, right? Are we naming point guards or just guards?
Guards.
No. Jackie Young. I would
Did you
say
say
Jackie Young.
Skylar Diggins?
No, I wouldn't say Skylar
Okay.
Diggins.
What about
No,
Diggins?
Skylar Diggins
You wouldn't say
better than
that
I wouldn't
Diggins?
say Skylar Diggins.
What?
They both old, but I won't say
Diana
I'm a casual.
Taurasi, even though I think Skylar Diggins probably a better shot creator at this point. Diana Taurasi is a much better like facilitator and playmaker. So no, I would say
But
she's still
it's
better.
not a. But the premise is this, right? It's not about play style; it's about
It's
talent.
only
They
there's
already
only
they're
no,
going
but what
to
we
they're
just
going to
without
win. They're going to
but
win even with higher quality guards.
Stop.
My point is this. Hold on. Let me
Hold
finish. Let me
on.
finish. Let me finish. I just want to finish this, bro, because y'all can't dismiss guys like Herm's perspective, because guess what? That's how every single league in the world eats, off the casual
But sturdy.
perspective.
If you would
What is
stop
it?
and listen, I got a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
When Magic Johnson and Larry Bird came onto the Team USA team, and Larry Bird was well out of his prime, he was back injury. He was like one more back injury away from not being able to walk again. Magic Johnson was out of the league. Would you say that those people had a purpose on this team outside of name, cachet, and maybe every now and again giving you a little something on the floor?
No, literally outside of the reasons
Okay.
you just said, no.
Okay. That's the exact reason why Diana Taurasi's name should come out of this entire conversation. Because Diana Taurasi is not in the Magic Johnson stage. She's not in the Larry Bird stage. She's in the John Stockton stage, where she's literally on this
Now,
team.
you know John Stockton was young. John Stockton was young.
I'm not talking about
Then
age,
Enrique is better than Diana
Herm, stop.
Taurasi.
Herm, you could stop right now because I ain't where I'm going. I'm not talking about age. I'm talking about the stage of your career of where your impact is slightly minimized to where you're not able to really bring much. They know you're not able to bring much, but they still bring you on the team because of the respect that you gather. Diana Taurasi, she already
That's not
has
John
the
Stockton.
respect. No, I'm talking about the
That's
stage
not
that John Stockton. He was
That's not
respected. He
comparable.
was respected. He
That's
was
not
Bro,
respected
he
as
was
a
at his
point guard.
peak.
That's
If
not
you would
comparable.
stop
At
talking
92.
Stop talking and listen. John Stockton, when he was on Team USA, was respected as a point guard, and he had the impact to back it up at that stage of his career. Diana Taurasi right now is at that stage of where she has the respect, albeit much more than John Stockton at that stage of his career. She still has the respect of the league and the just basketball world, while also still having the impact to back it up. We're talking about a woman that at this stage of her career is averaging 16 and 7 on some of the most efficient splits at the guard position. This isn't a Diana Taurasi that's over. So stop bringing her name up and replicating it to a Christian Laettner that wasn't in the league yet. But
I
this
didn't say
nigga was
Christian
getting
Laettner.
no. Stop. I'm talking to you and Herman. I'm combining both of y'all because her name shouldn't be compared to no Christian. Her name should not be compared to no Christian Laettner. It should not be compared to no Magic Johnson or no Larry Bird, who was out of their prime and over with. This is a Diana Taurasi who, at this stage, she's still in her prime. She's still cooking.
Which is facts. Okay, Zeno,
Okay,
I do
so-
want to get your wait.
Okay,
I want to get Zeno's thoughts on this team too, because I know he has a lot to say.
Sorry, I'm about to cry right now, man. Put it up, man. Put up the list. Come on. I'm about to cry. Someone put the list up, please.
Oh,
There you go.
Look at top left. Oh my god, that's good. That's good right there.
From the
Oh my
moment he
god.
laid eyes on her, he knew.
Whoa. He's going crazy.
it's crazy.
From the moment he laid eyes on her.
Hey, you want to take it? I will take it down. Yo, Wally. But
Let's get back to basketball.
She too strong for me. I don't know.
You guys got it, dog. You guys got it. Anyways, let's see. Goat is in the top left. That's enough I need to know. Me gaining more information when it comes to this conversation, though, taking it a little bit more seriously. Hearing that the women's basketball team is one of the most dominant teams that we've seen in the Olympics. Them being 17-3 to me, it's a revelation. I did not know that. I didn't know they were that dominant. The more and more that I'm getting more information when it comes to these type of stuff. I agree with you, Professor Axe, and that's why I'm probably going to move on after this. But the fact that they are so dominant, 17-3, and they're still going to be so far ahead if two of these players are not playing and they give one or both Clayton Clark and Angel Reese spots on the team. Before any of you try and jump me, I don't care which player gets taken off. As long as Goat is on that court, we good. But anyways, if they get some meaningful time, I think it'll still prop up and actually give the WNBA a lot more notoriety, and that's what is needed for this WNBA. And I still think they're gonna win very, very comfortably. But that's all I have to say. And one more time, Goat's gonna carry. Anyway, sorry, carry.
Okay, I do want to give my thoughts, obviously, for this. I obviously do want to give my thoughts
You
on
see
this.
what I mean, 30?
I do think that Caitlin Clark. I don't think that Caitlin Clark got snubbed. I don't think that Angel Reese got snubbed. I think that it's crazy that Caitlin Clark or Angel Reese are the two names that we've said before. Enrique and Ryan Howard.
Enrique got exactly.
Who I think quote unquote got snubbed, but later we found out that Enrique, I think she took her name off of the thing. She didn't want to do it. And Ryan Howard, she did make Team USA 3v3 things, so we understand why they were left off. But just the fact that Caitlin's name was mentioned before those two greats, it is mind blowing. Once again, this is Team USA. The point of this team, the point of creating this team, is to go and win the gold. This is not to do anything else but to bring back home the gold, which the WNBA and the committee have done right the past couple of years, because we are once again 17-3 when we play against other teams. With this team with this committee, we are that good. We are that dominant. So I trust everything that this committee chooses. The chairman, the chairwoman, whatever, she said that what it boiled down to was attitude, adaptability to the international game, likelihood of contributing to team success. These are things that we look for in qualities of players that have also played overseas. Majority of these women, when the season is off, where does their income come from? It's coming from overseas. So these women already have a name out of the United States.
Yeah.
They have a name. They're just going to continue to go over there and build up their name with how they're going to play. So, no, Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese should not have been on it. Once again, the criteria was not markability. It was not markability. It was not popularity. It was not TV viewership, and neither was it jersey sales. None of that was a list that Michigan said. Therefore, they were right in making this. This is one of the most dominant USA teams, women's basketball teams that I have ever seen. Asia Wilson will bring home that gold, and so will the other ladies, Alyssa Thomas, Breonna Stewart, because that is a phenomenal team and a phenomenal list of players.
Can I go right before her? Can I go right before her, please?
Mari,
Go ahead,
just to give you just to piggyback off of what you said. Also, like, we have to take into account the WNBA commissioner. She like literally values the overseas play because it's the best chance for them to showcase their dominance, right? And so she values the quality on the court rather than the productivity and ticket sales or the viewability on ESPN or whatnot. So she's going, if there was ever a stage that you should not expect the commissioner to change her values on throughout the entire stage that she's in, where she's in the middle of developing the WNBA around Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. They're already starting the production of the rivalry between those two. And shout out Cameron Brink, she's getting into the fold as well. Like, the one stage that you shouldn't ask her to do that is overseas play in the Olympics, because that has always been her where she values, and these girls value it. They don't want to be out there just for show, just to sell tickets and stuff like that. They want to sell tickets, but more than anything, they want to show that USA is the best brand of basketball is being played, and that's always been that way for them.
So I agree. I agree with Zeno in regards to putting two. No one denied this. Putting two extremely lesser players on that talented team is not going to stop that team no close from winning gold. And matter of fact, respectfully, we're just being disingenuous to reality and understanding. Even though this is sport, it also is entertainment. That and that the impact of that 92 Dream Team for the game of basketball was because of the impact it had financially and the level of exposure it did. That was the biggest thing that introduced the NBA to the world. That team. And so getting more exposure is not a bad thing. It's not. And and David Stern understood that and the Phil understood that. Like you have to you don't have to break the quality or your integrity of your game to a degree without adapting to the times of marketing. Because
Yeah.
unfortunately, they at the low mark, even with the attention the WNBA has been getting this year, they're on a pace to lose $50 million even more so.
You really don't want to bring that argument to this table because you don't know what you're talking about right now.
No,
No, I'm just saying.
You
I'm just
really
saying.
don't
No,
know.
casual,
Because
casual,
that's
casual,
not
casual. It's
that
not.
what you
No,
think, what you're
because it's
using that
not an
argument for,
insult.
that's not
No,
about
no,
that.
because it's not an insult to the quality of these women. It's not an insult to the game of basketball, nor to the integrity of the WNBA. It's just accepting the reality of
30, that's
we
not
have
why
to
they're
get.
losing.
We
That's not
have
what
to.
them
No, no.
losing
I'm just
50
saying.
million
I'm just
has to
saying this.
do. That has nothing to do
No,
with the
I'm just saying.
quality of
I'm
the
just
ticket
saying.
sales.
I'm just saying. There's nothing wrong with optimizing and having maximum exposure on the biggest international stage. And
That's
doing so,
fine.
Angel
That's
Reese
fine.
and Clayton Clark will help with that.
That's fine, but don't.
and
That's fine, but don't. But the tickets, the whole 50 million, them losing 50 million, that has nothing to do with ticket sales or them not being as popular as they should be with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese in the league. That has nothing to do with it. Them losing 50 mil has to do with the fact that coming into this offseason, and Mario stopped me when I'm wrong. They're getting into a bargaining agreement that has to do with TV deals, and they're plotting because especially over this season, this has been coming out as much more of a concern than I even expected. The NBA is literally just like NBA and TV deals are literally just taking from the WNBA. The WNBA are like they're growing exponentially, but they're not seeing the revenue from it because they signed these contracts a few years ago with the NBA, the ESPN, and so on and so forth, to where they can make all the money that they want, but because they gave such a big chunk of the percentage to other categories, those not categories, other businesses, those businesses are gaining from it more than the WNBA is. So when they get into the bargaining agreement this offseason, that's what the 50 million is about. It has nothing to do with the ticket sales. They're making money, like the money is coming out regardless. It's just not going to the WNBA right now. So that will be fixed.
I just think you guys missing the whole
We can talk
point.
about it on another show, Captain. That's no problem.
Yeah, we hearing about the integrity. The commissioner did the right thing. I think the commissioner is one of the dumbest commissioners in all the sports. No offense to her. I don't mean no harm by no disrespect, but that was dumb. You gotta capitalize. You gotta think about business as well. If you want a league to flourish, if you want a league to be successful, you always gotta think about the business aspect of it. You got two of the hottest names in the whole league, even though they're not the best. It's not about being the best. They gonna win the damn gold medal regardless. You gotta try to get the notoriety that they clamoring for. You're not gonna get the notoriety with just this damn team. You missed opportunities to getting more endorsements. You missed opportunities to make more money. You missed opportunities to have the jersey sales and to get those players more exposure. Even though we know Angel Wilson the best player in the league. But you got a Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese on the damn team. That's more notoriety for Angel Wilson. Maybe they recognize her as the best. Yes, we love Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, but hell, we see who the real deal best player in the world is. So we got to think about the business sometimes. People in their egos and their pride and the fake ass so-called integrity that the WNBA supposedly have is getting in their way of the growth again. At the end of the day, they failed. They constantly fail in doing the same dumb shit. Every decade, they do the same dumb thing. They failed with the Houston Comets when they was the most dominant team in the league in the 90s. They failed with goddamn Candace Parker. They failed with Lisa Leslie. They failed with got me going crazy with this stuff, man. It's just a damn shame that they fail at the
Yo,
business aspect of
But you
growing the
know,
game
but you know,
yo,
what
year
Herm.
after
ain't.
year after
I would
year.
hate to have to do
But
Yo,
wait,
that.
wait, we
It's
gotta
just a
let
But you
damn
True.
know,
I
shame.
want
but
to
It's
you
hear
just a
know,
True's
damn
story.
shame that
I'm
they
gonna say
messed
this.
up, man.
I'm gonna say this. I'm
It's a
not gonna try
damn
to be too
shame.
long.
Herm
I'm not
sounds
gonna
like
try to be too
Kendrick
long.
Lamar right now.
But it's a shame though that this is the problem with the marketing, and in the discourse that we talk about marketability of the WNBA. Everybody don't matter besides Angel Reese, and Caitlin Clark,
Thank you.
and that's it. Really do piss me off because listen, I agree. Like, what? Listen, you can do both. My whole thing is this: even when the NBA was doing that with Magic Johnson, Bird, and Michael Jordan, they still was promoting. Listen, these guys are the guys matter too. Karl Malone's, the Hakeem, these guys matter too. They even promoted the Charlotte Hornets teams in the '90s with Muggsy Bogues and being in Space Jam and all these, Larry Johnsons and things of that nature. The problem with the marketing is that these injuries, Caitlin Clark, whatever pro this or that, everybody else don't matter, and that's corny. So it's like if because we just going just because they can't promote everybody. You have Angel Reese that's doing historical stuff, one of the most dominant athletes in sports today. Yes, what
That's
she's
good.
doing, but we talking in discourse about Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese and racial wars and things of this nature coming about, and which is cool. Promote them because they are the future, but do both. That's why the WNBA and female basketball at the professional level was failing. Because we only care about Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. Well, here's the thing: if I don't care, listen, well, if they ain't, if they only person that matter, then why should I care about anything else on the court?
Agreed.
Like, come
True.
on, that's
Here's my
corny.
problem. Here's
That's
my problem.
corny.
Here's my
That's corny
problem with
in
that.
the day.
Here's my
Because at the end of
problem
the
with
day,
Here's my problem with that, True. They fail with players like Maya Moore. It should have been Myers Moore League. She was the best player in the league. They didn't even promote her the right way.
continue to
They didn't
fail.
push
They
her
can
the
They
right
continue to
way.
weren't
fail.
They
in the
didn't
they
get
weren't
behind
at
her
the
the right way.
stage that they
They
are
didn't get
now.
behind her the right damn way. In the day, they
They're gonna continue to
failed
fail.
time after time again. They
They
failed.
weren't.
They
They
failed the
weren't at the
advantage
stage
of the
bro,
game.
I
And
hate
in
that
the day,
niggas
they
be
gonna do
sitting
the
here
same
acting like
shit.
these
I
niggas
don't give
had
a
the
damn, Cash. I don't give a damn. But
they
we gotta
didn't have
move
the
on.
Okay.
finances that they were able to do. What you're asking them to do, they weren't at the. To be honest with themselves, the stuff that y'all be asking them to do for the Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese rivalry, they're not financially capable to do right now. But yet y'all be talking about how they fell and they fell and they fell and nigga, they can't do it. Like y'all niggas need
I
to
mean,
actually go and
Nigga, they
study
could have
exactly
been
the
did
section.
it. What the hell you talking about? They could have
What
been
money
switched the
with what
goddamn
money,
league and could
Herm,
have got it
Herm,
bigger.
Herm, Herm, with
they
what
were not
money?
making money
With
like that
mud
back then.
money.
Like, come
With
on,
mud
bro.
with
Especially
what
at that
money,
time.
Herm?
Especially
With
at Maya
what
Moore's
money?
time.
Folks would have invested in them.
Unfortunately.
Folks would have went on here to
Who
sponsor them.
invested?
They would
Who
have got
invested?
more sponsors.
Who
They
invested?
probably would
Who
have got their
invested?
Y'all
own
only y'all
TV
only care about
network
Caitlin
Stop,
deal.
Clark
true.
and
Hold
Angel
on,
They
hold
would
on,
Reese.
have
true.
pushed
Hold on, true.
Maya
Hold on,
Moore.
true.
So
Hold on,
Maya
true.
Moore was
Hold on,
that
true. Because
damn
Herm,
strong.
because Herm is
And
hanging
that
himself.
damn good.
Herm, answer
No
this
offense to
question.
Asia Wilson.
Who
She ain't
who
got
is buying?
nothing on Maya
Who is
Moore.
paying?
She ain't
Who
got
is going to
nothing on
pay? Who
Maya
is
Moore.
paying for
No
the
offense to
WNBA when
Asia
the Houston
Wilson.
Comets were dominating? Who was paying for the WNBA as a brand
The
when the Houston
NBA
Comets were
always
dominating?
paying for it. The NBA
Yeah,
paying for
exactly, and
everything.
you know the NBA ain't free, right? They're not just giving them handouts; they're taking percentage of the revenue that the WNBA is bringing in. So you add that with the fact that the ESPN is
But
taking
if you
money,
got
the
the
fact that
right
now
business
Ion is
minds,
taking money,
if you
for
got
the
the
fact that
right business minds, you would get the sponsor, you would get the people to invest in you, you would get the people to believe in your product. Nobody believes in that damn product. That's why they can't get their own damn TV
Why
deal
people
Herm,
without
don't
the
believe in the
NBA.
product,
That's why they
Herm?
can't get
Herm,
Okay.
you
their
know why
own
people
games
don't
on a
believe.
certain
But
network
you know
without
why
the
people
damn
don't believe in the
NBA.
product. But you
That's
know
their
why
damn
people don't
problem
believe
because
it.
they're not business savvy. They're some of the
You know
dumbest
why though,
business
Herm?
minded people in
And
sports.
you absolutely
They're some of the
right. You
damn
absolutely
dumbest
Herm,
right.
business minded
Herm,
people in
Okay.
sports.
Herm,
Let's
respectfully,
we gonna let True go and then we gonna move
And,
on. True.
respectfully,
but you
Herm
know
is
what?
thinking like Herm is thinking like a hood nigga rather than an actual dude that's been in these business
I ain't taking
offices
like no
trying to
damn
actually make
dude.
these
But why the WNBA ain't
transactions. If you
worried? Why
don't
the
have leverage,
WNBA ain't shit now?
if you don't have
You got me
leverage,
cursed.
Herm, there's
They
only so
could have
much you
been
can
had the
do.
leverage if they had business minded people.
They okay.
Okay,
All
But
right.
here's
True.
the
Do
but here's the thing, and here's the thing though, Tyson, about you have to maximize your stars. Well, last time I checked, Andrew Reese and Caitlin Clark ain't your only stars. So when you sit prepared and have discourse talking about, oh, they need to prioritize them, this, and that, and you don't, we don't care about nobody else, then you're gonna continue to have the product being where it is today.
They're not even
That's all I
top
gotta say.
15. They're not even top
Okay.
That's
15
all I
players
gotta
to
say.
value them to that degree.
That's all I'm saying. Like, that's all I gotta say. And I'm not saying you can't promote them. Do promote everybody. That's all I'm about. But don't see, and that's why the WNBA been failing, because even now, because if you want to sit up, like I said before, oh, we only care about Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. If I'm a casual and I'm just want to watch WNBA, and you're telling me, oh, I just want it's Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, why should I care about watching the Aces game?
Agreed.
If it ain't Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese.
I'm gonna put
Like,
some
come
names
on,
in
bro.
front of you,
Like, I'm
True.
not.
Why should I care
come
about
on,
watching?
bro.
Why
Okay,
should I? Why should I care about? Why should I care about watching the Seattle Storm?
That's all
Why
I
should I
gotta
care
say.
about watching the Seattle
okay.
Storm? Why should I care about watching the Minnesota Lynx,
That's all I
Mario?
gotta say, man.
That's a
Mario.
good question,
names
Kat.
to
That's a phenomenal question. But since y'all are so worried about TV viewership and popularity, WNBA All Star coming up. Voting is going on. This is Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese time to shine. Go give them as many votes as y'all want to.
I
Make
do
sure that
not
they
want
play
them
against
in
this
that
team.
thing.
This is the time. This is their moment to shine. This is when the actual popularity, jersey sales, and all that talk really matters. So yeah, go vote for
Yo,
Caitlin and Angel if you just want to see those two.
don't
Moving on
don't don't
though.
do that. Don't do that. That would be such a
I'll be,
nasty
I'll,
vote.
Well, that's
I'll be
why
real with
Moving
you.
on,
I'll be real with
with
you.
moving
simple
This
on
will
man,
though.
wait. This will be the reason why I will do the exact same thing that I do for the NBA, not care about All-Star votes, because this is
Bingo.
insane if you do that shit.
Bingo. If you vote
Carry
for
on.
Caitlin
We
Clark and
know
Angel
why they
Reese,
we know how it goes. We know how the All-Star game goes. So
and we
you
know how it
know
went for the, we
we
know how it
should
went
see
for the
their
NBA.
faces. We should see their faces. But moving on, we have a player in the WNBA
Do right, huh?
that is in the middle of going into GOAT status.
Mm,
Miss Asia Wilson,
mm,
who is
mm.
currently averaging 28.6 points per game, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 steal. She currently leads the league in scoring, rebounding, PER, 30 point, 10 point rebound double doubles. She's the only player to score 20 points each game this season, only player to lead in 2 main statistical categories, and she's tied second among all WNBA players in double doubles, and she's third among all WNBA players and blocks. Let's talk about Miss Asia Wilson. Where do y'all currently have her ranked amongst players all time? Zeno, we will start with you because we know your love for Miss Asia Wilson.
That's GOAT right there. That's GOAT. We go respect GOAT. Sorry. Okay, I need to calm down. My bad. I just want to say what Asia is doing this season, because we're talking about Asia and how great she's been this season. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. What Asia has been doing this season is nothing short of like amazing. The defensive end, she has gotten better when it comes to switching, rim protection. She's actually right now leading the league in rebounds. She's leading the league in points, and I'm pretty sure she's the most efficient 28 that the league has ever seen. I've read something in chat that I want to put up, but I also think it's a bad idea, so I won't. Um, she's also like her mid range is insane. Like, there's a reason why I keep calling her AD, because what she reminds me was Bubble AD when he would do that little jab step, and then a mid range, and it would just consistently go in. Like, it was insane how great she has been this season offensively, constantly setting screens. Get it into the post, and then get into her face up game and making. No, Asia is not Embiid. Embiid is way more post dependent. Like she's more AD than Embiid. I know
Oh,
Embiid now kind of
nice.
flashes. I think I get that Embiid flashes to the elbows a lot more nowadays, but he still has way more of a post game than she does. I'd rather call it AD with no like rim threat, like no lob threat or roll threat. And then I also want to say she's gotten better. She must have gotten better as a passer, because from the start to now, I think I see that she's gotten better as a passer. Like, see more reads as well. I just think everything she's done in this game, she's just gotten better, and I enjoy that. Sorry, something just flew over me, so I was scared.
Do you currently rank her? I know that she's obviously still playing, she's still hooping. A lot of people don't want to put her in certain conversations dealing with all time. But if you had to, where would you have her in your all-time WNBA player?
As a self-proclaimed casual, all offense casual, number one, she's my GOAT. Why do you think I call her GOAT? Hey, you see, you LeBron fans, how you call LeBron GOAT? She's GOAT to me. That's what I have to say.
Valid take. True to King, she plays for your favorite team. What are your thoughts on A'ja Wilson this season?
Fake fan, by the way.
Listen,
That is a disgusting task,
listen,
Mario. That is a disgusting task.
that she playing phenomenal, man. Like you said, 28 and 12, like in the defense. Like she's arguably like she's the best defensive player in the game.
Yeah.
Right now playing like the best offensive player in the game, or one of them at least. I mean, listen, if she's the GOAT, that's gonna be a little bit premature because she's still playing. To be fair, but like this, her peak and what she's doing right now, and she's only continue to get better. Like she even started shooting threes a little bit. Now she only taking 1.4 per game, but she was 46% she took 15 threes this whole season, which ain't a lot, but 7 for 15, that ain't bad. So she continues on to open her range too. What she's been doing, I mean, she is scary good because she's getting better every year, and like the dominance. I mean, listen, hey, if she ain't the GOAT, like she's probably like maybe my top 10 right now. But I know this though, she's in the GOAT trajectory right now. She keep doing this for a couple more seasons because this is ridiculous. Like she had her numbers be like fake. Like she be like game by game by game. It's like, what in the world? Like, who is this? Like this is crazy. But like she got a statue in South Carolina for a reason, y'all.
That's right.
She got listen. Hey, a lot of people sit here, athletes sit here, they got a statue, period.
Yo, true. Seeing some of her stat lines where she's just like 10 for 17, 11 for 15, and you're just like, bro, what?
It's like it's nasty. Like it's like, bro, it's like this is incredible. Like you said, like 51% from the field, 86%. She's a great free throw shooter by a big. Great free throw, 86%
That's the other
free
thing.
throw. 2.6 blocks a game. Pass it, like you said, she pat like 2.5 assists. Like, listen, man, like barely no weakness. Like I said, she can like her defense got better when it comes to the perimeter. And listen, man, hey, if she listen, I think if she had a couple more seasons, she's doing this. Even with that though, like her like trajectory of like, and she only like I said, I think she's the same age as me. I think she's the same age. I mean, 27. She's only 27.
My age, bro. I'm old.
Wait, you're 27?
No, I'm saying she's younger than me.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
She's only 27.
Oh, you old as hell. My bad. Sorry.
I'm 28, dog. Chill out. I'm 28. Chill out, dog.
You old as well.
Let's calm down, man. She was born in 90. She's a year younger than me. Calm down.
Oh yes,
calm down. Calm down. She's about to be 28 this year. So
yeah, she's still young. She's technically this is quote unquote her prime. We like go by age.
This is a peak.
This will be her peak season. She's already been in her prime.
Yeah, Taurasi can play that long. Listen, she get it.
No.
I'm saying, listen,
okay.
She had that 3-pointer game. Listen, she keep in that 3-ball. If she becomes a average 3-point shooter, it's over with.
Can I just say a little bit? It has to do with one of the players that was just mentioned. Someone said Hamry is more like AD. The thing is with Hamry, which I've been paying attention to, she's so aggressive getting to the rim. I don't think you can necessarily call her AD because, and I think she's kind of like, how do I explain this? Like she actively looks to score, right? Like every time she gets the ball in her hands, she is going to pass. She is going to do the normal big stuff, screening and all of that type of stuff. But when she gets on offense, it feels like she is actively trying to make something happen rather than AD kind of flowing in the system and then okay, there's a mismatch. I can now either get to the rim or take my mid range. Or like she actively just hunts for opportunities. That's why I don't necessarily think she might be AD. I don't know what big I would kind of call Hamry, but I don't think Hamry is AD. In my opinion. Sorry.
Okay. Ace 30. What are your thoughts on A'ja Wilson's case for being the greatest of all time?
I'll make it short and sweet. Who is the consensus GOAT, and what is the GOAT standard for the WNBA?
That's a great question. We would have to go more into that another episode, but that is a great question.
No, the reason I asked for that because just like any sport, like there's a standard. And watching A'ja Reese, okay, definitely easily the best two-way player in the WNBA. Like it's amazing, like the production. Like she's a four-way player, dominant on the boards, dominant defense, can score and can pass too. So it's just like she's clearly the best player on the best team. My thing is like when people say she's the GOAT, just like in every other sport, what is it that makes her the GOAT? Is it the fact that it's her peak, the greatest of all time? Is it the best of all
It's
time?
subjective. It's up to you.
No. That's not what I'm saying, casual. That's what I'm asking because typically when they say, "Oh, LeBron," even to a casual fan, right? You be like, "Oh, LeBron's the GOAT because his longevity. Jordan's the GOAT because his dominance."
Yeah, I got what you mean.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Like because
he's asking for the few players that actually have a case to be the GOAT. Like
okay, so then ask those things specifically, like for those categories, who would be the GOAT?
That's literally my first question. That was my first question. What is
he just explained it poorly. He just explained.
Yeah. Okay. As far as
I explained it my way.
As far as it was poor. As far as longevity goes, it would be Diana Taurasi, and it wouldn't be close. As far as peak, as it stands now,
see, Zeno, this is crazy. This is bullying. I'm just a casual fan trying to get information about a new sport, but then I get chastised. This never happens in the NBA side. We don't do this. We don't do this over here.
As far as peak wise, it's between. To be quite honest with you, it's between Lisa Leslie, Candace Parker, and A'ja Wilson right now. She's definitely peaking. No. The reason why
I asked that question.
You know why I'm probably.
No, thank you for telling those names because what I'm gonna do now. What I do now as a casual fan, I'm going to start at the surface level, start with highlights of those great athletes, and then go more in depth on like, okay, what made them? What are the nuances of the game that made them great? And the chat can too, and that's why you got to start with these simplistic questions.
Oh yeah, cool. The reason why I wouldn't probably rock with Cheryl Swoop's peak. Well, okay, first off, I would say personally, Cheryl Swoop's peak was in like 2000 when they won, when the Houston Comets won. So I would start there, but even then, I'm not that favorable from what I've seen so far, Maria, of the competition that the Houston Comets went up against. And so her shooting 50%, her shooting 50%, albeit impressive, compared to what I'm watching from A'ja Wilson, from what I saw from
she getting the Bill Russell text.
Unfortunately,
that's crazy.
I mean, if we're being honest with ourselves, like, isn't that the way? Like, as we progress through evolution of sports, we start to take that into account. Am I wrong?
I don't do that, but a lot of people do it. I don't like when people do it, but I understand why people do it.
Me personally, I don't think I wouldn't put her ahead of those three. But if you ask me defensively, where is she? Oh, she's for sure ahead of Lisa Leslie, because I think that she was more versatile for her time. An argument can be made that she's probably ahead of Candace Parker. I think A'ja Wilson is peaking at like a top 3 level though, because she's doing it on both the offensive and defensive side.
That's good. I do want to say I have a question for you, Casual. I have one question for you, Casual.
She's top 5 though. She's top 5 though, for sure. No, unquestioned.
Yeah, Casual. Someone in the chat asked why did you not bring Maya Moore?
Why not Maya Moore as far as her peak?
Yeah.
I just didn't feel like I felt like she was as excellent as she was at like each part of her game outside of scoring. which I would give her. I don't think she peaked higher than Aja Wilson, but I can understand if you think that she peaked higher than Lisa Leslie's for sure, and even Candace Parker. But outside of that, I don't think she was that much of a better facilitator than Aja Wilson. And Aja Wilson is a much better rebounder and defender. Like, yeah, I don't think that she really has much of an argument because for every category that she's better than such and such, she's lesser than the next person.
So
Boy,
she's the
you
KD.
tripping.
She's the KD of the WNBA, is what I'm hearing.
Basically.
Who? Candace Parker?
Maya
No.
Moore.
My boy,
Oh, okay.
my brother.
Because Mari, if you think that if you would say Maya Moore out of those four names, right? Like Cheryl Swoops, Lisa Leslie, Candace Parker, and Aja Wilson, you would say that she was probably the best scorer because of her versatility than all of those guys, right?
Yeah.
But who would you
Okay.
say who would you say defensively was better? Would you put Maya Moore ahead of any of those ladies? Would you say would you say as a facilitator, would you say that she's much better than Aja Wilson or Candace Parker?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You think she's a better facilitator?
Yes.
I disagree. I disagree. Especially at her peak, I think she peaked as a scorer, and her facilitating role went down. Granted, it was because the team was lesser and they were more relying on her scoring. So I'll give you that.
Hollywood Hearn, what's your thoughts? You not high on Asia from what I can
Do I
see.
come?
Well, no, she's the best in the game today, but she's not even top 15 all time right now.
All right, and I'm muted.
No. Oh yeah, mute. It's people. It's people that casual. That's why casual got to do some more studying. He must forget about 3-time defensive player of the year, 3-time league MVP, Sophia Fowles, led the league in rebounding multiple years, led the league in blocks multiple years. You must have forgot about her. Was a walking double and was dominating on both ends of the court at a high level. Where was more competition? You must have forgot about a Lauren Jackson. Lauren Jackson was dominant on
I
both ends
definitely
as
have not
well.
forgot about any of these
And,
ladies. Chad, I just want
and
to say.
she's fifth all time in blocks with dominating. Won a ring in Seattle to where people didn't think Seattle was the best team in the WNBA, but her and Sue Bird. At that, I hate to put race in. The two Caucasian girls were whooping the shit out of everybody in the WNBA in the
They were.
2007 run.
For anybody, hold on, Herm, I just want to correct chat. For anybody that's going to look up the names that Herm brought, these are excellent names, by the way. He meant Sylvia Fowles, not Sophia Fowles.
Yeah.
Sylvia.
Yeah. Thank you for correcting me, y'all. Thank you for
For sure,
correcting me.
brother.
Then you forget about a person that people consider number 2 all time and most of their top 10 rankings of all time, Tamika Catchings. Tamika Catchings at her best. I don't think Aja Wilson was a better overall player than Tamika Catchings, and she did it. And Tamika Catchings did it with less help. With the Las Vegas, with the Aces, they got a lot of help. They got a lot of star power. Tamika Catchings didn't have a lot of star power at her time when she was playing, but she was so dominant, she was so great, she still got it done, even though she only won one ring. But she did it in the tougher competition era. I don't think she's better than Tamika Catchings. Candace
Herm,
Parker and Lisa Leslie, of course, they was the dynamics. They set it on fire, and they did their things. I don't think she's better than them yet. She got a long way to go before she be considered past them. Then don't forget, old Cynthia Cooper. She came into the WNBA at the age of 34 and won 4 straight championships, 3-time Finals MVP, 2-time league MVP, averaged 21 for her career. And she wasn't even in her prime when she was dominating when the WNBA first started, and she was great, one of the best players to ever lace them up. Then Cheryl Swoops, one of the best two-way players of all time. We always talk about we love two-way players. And then she was a wing at that, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, 3-time league MVP, and of course, her and Cynthia Cooper was the Mike and Scotty in the beginning of the WNBA with the Houston Comets. She was part of that run before straight rings as well. So I
There's
don't
some
think
Memphis barbecue going on right now.
I don't think we could put her up there yet. And there's nothing wrong. It's nothing wrong with then you forget about locals like a Simone Augustus and Tina Charles, and we forget names like that. Before we raise it up, we gotta understand that name. Yes, it's evolution. but we got to put everything in context. The Las Vegas Aces are very stacked to the point where she gonna
Agreed.
get one-on-one coverage all the time. The greats that I mentioned, I seen her get a double and triple team every night consistently. You can't double Asia Wilson because guess what? Got Chelsea Gray will go off. You got I may have saying some names wrong. What's the Plum girl? Go off.
Kelsey Plum.
Yeah, Kelsey Plum. You can't double team Adrian Wilson. So she go get the greatest looks in the world. That's why she's scoring at the high rate she's scoring. So we gotta put
Herm. I don't disagree with anything that you said all time. I haven't even given my point. She hasn't come to me yet for where I have AJ Wilson. So you're coming at me like I said that she's top 10 all time. That ain't me.
He just said it.
No. He said I needed to do more studying. I haven't even given my point yet for you to even
But I am coming at everybody like.
Yeah, nah. The nigga that you need. Herm. The nigga you need to go. The nigga you need to go at is that little that British nigga.
Don't remind him.
And guess what, Casual? Did you and Mario were just getting on me about the integrity of the game, and you guys disrespecting the legends like that, and you guys.
I'm not disrespecting. I think Tamika Catchings
elevate Adrian Wilson.
If
y'all disrespecting the integrity of the game.
I think Tamika Catchings has a top 5 offensive peak, but defensively, Adrian Wilson just providing more. Because as much as you can talk about how on the offensive end, Adrian Wilson has like a slew, and I agree, Adrian Wilson, like to a certain degree, her offensive numbers do look slightly like overrated because she has the best talent around her, both facilitating and shooting wise, than really anybody else in the entire WNBA. That being said, though, they are also some of them. They're getting beat off the dribble. Like we watched plenty of Aces games.
Oh my god!
Players like Jackie Young, because she's so tall. When she goes against these smaller guards, they have the tendency of blowing past her. Who's the person that has her back, Zeno?
Go.
Then I forgot
when they go up against these offenses that try to put Asia Wilson into actions. What does Asia Wilson have to do? Asia Wilson has to get onto the perimeter while also, like Anthony Davis, hence the reference to Anthony Davis that I told you earlier this year. She has to get on the perimeter, do the best job that you could possibly do at her position on guards, while also having to keep her eyes on the front court because there's a deep dive that's coming eventually for an easy layup that she has to contest. She has to do that. That's not anybody else's responsibility but hers, and she excels in those roles. That's why I said defensively and offensively, she's peaking at a top 3 level. If you ask me defensively alone, no, I would probably say it's a top 5, but it's probably on the lower end, probably like 4 or 5. If you would ask me on the offensive end, I don't even think she's peaking at a top 5 offensive level. But if we're combining the two, both offensively and defensively, no, I think she's a top 3 peak all time.
Top 1. All right,
Hollywood Herm, did you finish your sentiment?
Oh yeah, we good.
You giving us the history lesson though. I love it, Herm.
And plus I gotta say something right quick. And I'm gonna make a bet on Profit Duel that Adrian Wilson get under 28 points in the next game, man. It's 30, man. Let's get it going, man.
You think introduce you guys to a website with guaranteed returns, and it's called Profit Duel. And Profit Duel guarantees your returns by using this thing called match betting.
So match betting is basically a process that involves placing 2 bets on the same event to cover all outcomes. And that's the most important thing right there. So there's really no risk. This means we don't win anything, but we also don't lose anything. But in the process of doing that, you are unlocking the generous free bets offered by a multitude of different sports books out there. Let's go ahead and click on some of these offers. I'm going to show you how this process works. But when you click on these offers here, as you can see, sports welcome bonuses, multitude of different bonuses right here, and you have the opportunity to take advantage of all of these offers, and it makes the process so much easier than what you see on some of these other sites.
Get Profit Duel and let's start getting this guaranteed cash today.
Before we went to break, Maria, I just wanted to say I have Aja Wilson at 14 all time for me. She after this season she done passed Simone Augustus, so she's 14.
Okay.
I
Nice.
actually agree with that. I agree with that.
Yeah, she'll go up and up, and she'll go higher and higher.
She took
As
one for
her
me.
career.
Herm, is she
As
over Yolanda? Is she over Yolanda Griffith? Maria, is she over
Uh,
Yolanda Griffith?
I'm curious where you got Della Don at.
yeah,
I'll say no, but I won't blame anybody for putting her over.
So
Okay.
Della Don not top 10?
Deladon
Deladon
is
is like
Yes,
top
right
10.
outside.
yes, she is.
Elena
Yes,
Deladon is
she is.
like out right outside the top 10 for me.
We
She's
gonna have
top
that
10.
conversation later though.
Yeah, we'll
Delaware
have that
don't.
conversation. We'll
That
have that
was crazy.
conversation
That's crazy,
later.
guys. That's
Goat top one.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't take what Herm said. Do not bet the under on Asia Wilson. That was
Yeah, don't
Yeah,
do
crazy.
that.
that
I
was
ain't
Don't do
gonna
that.
disrespectful.
Hey,
Don't do
I
that.
gonna make
two. I'm
How dare you talk about my goat like that?
Let's
yeah.
not do
That
that.
being all jokes aside though, 'cause these are like you said the all time like this is the all time leader consecutive 25 points in games and that's a record in the WNBA. Adrian Russell is doing the fastest player to record 300 points, 100 rebounds, and 25 blocks and 20 steals in a season in 11 games. First player to record 35 points plus 10 plus rebounds, five steals or more. Um, yeah, that's crazy. Against the Wings
Yeah.
last week, and the first player to average 25-10 through the first 10 games in the season. So I mean, listen, hey,
She's
so listen, there's your reference too from the profit duel and all that. So
Yeah, great basketball being played in Las Vegas. Y'all go check her out. Make sure y'all watch her games. On that note, I do need y'all to subscribe to this YouTube channel, like this video, and comment if you think Asia is a top 10 player, top 5, or if she is your GOAT, or you can't rank her because she is still technically making history. But on that note, we're going to move over to Jerry West, the passing of Jerry West. He passed away on June 12th, 2024, which has just happened this past week, if I am not mistaken. A Lakers legend. Um, you could argue the greatest Laker of all time due to the fact that he played, worked for the organization, and if I'm not mistaken, was also a coach for the Los Angeles Lakers. Zena, what were your reactions to hearing about the passing of Lakers legend Jerry West?
I'll be real honest with you. I was actually surprised. I, I yeah, it's kind of still surprising, even though I'm not the most knowledgeable about him, but what he means for the NBA. Reminder, if anyone in this chat or in this in the comment section or in the live chat understands who he is, he's the logo. You see the logo for the NBA? That's him. That alone should make you understand how big he is to the sport. And
Yep.
then what he was doing for the Lakers in it was the 70s, right? Yeah, it was in the 70s. Being one of the first point guards to be what's called the primary scoring option and passer playmaker, that archetype that's like running rampant today. That he was one of the first people to be doing
The
that. Him and
blueprint,
Oscar
one of
Robertson. Exactly.
the
So,
blueprints.
hmm so, and he had to go through so much like duress and stress to just win one chip. It took him, was it 10 tries? It was 10 tries, right? He lost
Yeah.
9 straight and lost. That is amazing for me to think that he managed to put so much effort into getting into it. And then even as an executive, as Tyson's saying, even he was even great too. Rest in peace to the logo.
Yeah, I'm glad that you mentioned he was the loco that knows that his contributions wasn't just to the Lakers, it was literally to like the game of basketball, the NBA itself, considering the fact that he did also work for more organizations than the Lakers. But Ace 30, what were your thoughts on the passing of legend Jerry West? We're gonna move on to Hollywood Herm. Hollywood Herm, what were your thoughts on the passing of Jerry?
Man,
My
it was,
my bad, my bad, my bad, my
go
bad.
ahead, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Mario, I just want to say this: like, he is the greatest Laker of all time. No Laker directly and indirectly contribute to more championships than the late great Jerry West. We're talking about easily a top 15 greatest player of all time. like Zeno just eloquently put it, the pioneer of the quote unquote dual threat point guard. Led the league multiple years in scoring. I believe have the highest one of the highest averages in not only playoff history but also finals history too. But nonetheless, I want people to remember Jerry West as a competitor. Nonetheless, one of the ultimate competitors in the history of sports. Like we talking about a guy who obviously is the champion as a player, champion as an executive, but also a champion in life in terms of his influence. Like Jerry West was a mentor to a lot of great players. Kobe Bryant, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, LeBron, Shaq. Like the list goes on and on the amount of players that Jerry West influenced and the fan base as well. Without Jerry West, forget the Lakers and the Warriors dynasty. Without Jerry West, basketball would not be the same. From the play style of his game to his innovation and executive moves. And imagine if basketball, what would basketball be like if Jerry West didn't exist? Like the domino effect of that is unmeasurable. And nevertheless, I think to end this off, I think Jerry West for his competitive nature. A lot of people don't know him, Bob Cousy, and Bill Russell having a competition of who can outlive one another. Like that's how ingrained of a competitor Jerry West was, and he will be missed, and his legacy will live on. RP to the logo.
Sturdy hit it right on the head. It was very sad, man. Because at the end of the day, I hated the fact that him and the Lakers organization could amend their differences. End of the day, we know that Jerry West had the biggest fallout with Dr. Buzz. And you would think after Dr. Buzz passed, and you would think as Jerry West got older, that they could have mended things. Because end of the day, it's documented. That's the only guy. I think deep down they love each other to death because that's the only guy that they really stood up to Dr. Buzz. They would challenge him, and he did that very well. And we would not have had the Shaq and Kobe if it was for Jerry West. We would not have had the Showtime Lakers if it wasn't for Jerry West. Hell, if he didn't mentor Bob Myers, we wouldn't have had the dynasty of the Golden State Warriors. When it comes to the Memphis Grizzlies, the grit and grind came from Jerry West. And at the end of the day, man, Jerry West just been phenomenal. One of the greatest basketball minds of all time. Top three shooting guard of all time, in my opinion. It's Jordan, Kobe, Jerry West. Those are top three shooting guards of all time, in my opinion. Hands down. If it was the 3-point line, Jerry West probably would have been the all-time leader in scoring before Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He probably would have had more points than Kareem. That's how special he was. He was taking 30-footers back then with no 3-point line. So imagine they had it. You know what I'm saying? So you look at his field goal attempts he made, add a point to every field goal attempt he ever made. And that probably would make a difference to where he would be ranked all time in scoring. He would be sorely missed. I just hate that him and the Lakers couldn't work it out. I know that was probably one of the biggest regrets in sports, that they couldn't mend and get it better and get over the things that did made them fall out, man. But man, Jerry West, man, be truly missed. Prayers to your family. You lived a good life, brother, man. Rest in peace. Man, shout out to Jerry West, the logo, man. And he's the only player in NBA Finals history to win Finals MVP as a loser. So, man, shout out to Jerry West, man.
Greatness on another level. Casual.
Yep.
What were your thoughts on the passing of Jerry West?
Sorrow. Sorrow. Jerry West is a player that Sturdy can back me up as I'm starting to get on my journey of studying the players of the 60s and 70s, and Jerry West was actually recently studying his game and how resilient of a scorer he is, or he was, in the 60s, specifically 65, 66. was like something to behold. Probably the most resilient scorer that I've seen so far come out of the '60s. Um, and yeah, his game was just like it was very magnetic. It was translatable. It was versatile because he wasn't just a scorer. He was also a facilitator, a very respectable rebounder for his size. He was like 6'2", going up with those trees, and with zero hesitancy. Defensively, he was no slouch. Um, and so as far as his game goes, him as a player, he's even right now, even with him passing, I'm definitely going to still be looking to do research, and he definitely has my respect as one of the greatest players to ever play this game, probably a top 15 player.
Mm-hmm.
By the time I get done doing my research, and as an executive, I don't think it's a question. He's the best executive we've ever
Gotta
seen.
be. Yeah.
The best executive we've ever seen, and it's not a question. What he did for the Lakers from 1982 all the way to the moment where he goes to the Memphis Grizzlies and he makes that team, that franchise relevant. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it just shouldn't it shouldn't go unnoticed. But respect to Jerry West and his life. Supreme love to him as a player, as an executive, as a human being, as a father, as a husband. And condolences to his family.
True to King.
Um, yeah, man, it's sad, man. It was sad, man, for the basketball world. RP Jerry West, man. Like you said, listen, RB, like you said, the greatest Laker of all time. Um, one of the greatest basketball careers of all time. What I mean by basketball careers, him as a player, coach, and executive.
All
I
right.
mean, it's very to that point. A lot of people forget he coached from '76 to '79. He had a coaching record of 145 to 101. So I mean, that's not bad itself. Of course, like I said, executive. I mean, we all know what he did for the Lakers. He drafted Kobe Bryant. He saw Kobe Bryant as a superstar before really kind of he was head of that before everybody else. So you know he had the eye for talent. Um, he got Shaq there, helped Shaq the ball to buy in to be on being a Laker. You know what I mean? Um, the Magic, the Magic Johnson, Kareem, and James Worthy's. I mean, listen, I mean, even going fast forward to the Clippers, getting Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. So I mean, man, listen, like I said before, man, hell, I mean, listen, people gotta understand, like, I mean, his like NBA career is like I said, people understand, like you said, he's been a relevant person in basketball
For years.
for legit for years since 1960,
Mm-hmm.
where he's been a like you said, he's been an all-star. He was all-star every year when he's in the league. Been one of the top players. Like he was never washed up. He never fell off. Like when he got up, he stopped playing. Like cool. And then, like I said, of course, like I said, becoming coach, and you know what I mean, and like I said, then becoming executive. Like that's, I mean, six. Like man, that's a picture that like being part of like being a relevant factor in the highest level of the game from 1960 to all the way to now in 2024. Should tell you something. One of the greatest basketball minds of all time. I mean, I should tell you something. I mean, we see people. I mean, I listen. I don't, and we will never probably see that ever again. We may never see that probably ever again. I mean,
We may.
everything he did, he did. What I mean, so it's unfortunate. Like I said, it's unfortunate that the Lakers and him, Jerry West couldn't, amend that before he passed, whatever. But like you said, listen, I don't know. He's like, I mean, hey, he was like I said, going back with casual saying we're not regurgitating, but listen, I mean, he was in the day's game a dog, but in his own words, he wasn't a dog. He was a wolf.
That's
He was
right.
but listen, I mean, like I said, helped. I mean, you know this, like I said, Murray, like the Memphis Grizzlies, what he did for the Grizzlies. I mean,
Put my team
hey,
on.
Grizzlies. I mean, listen. I mean that culture, the culture you see now for the Grizzlies, that start like Jerry West played a big part of that. So I mean, the Clippers, they the best the Clippers ever been. was with Jerry West. So like that should tell
Right.
you, man. That should tell you, man, like that, like he listen. Um, like I said, him building teams and hiring, making moves, man. And like I said, him on the court. Like it's hey, this like I said, we lost the legend, the logo himself. RP Jerry West, my door to his family.
Yes. RIP, our condolences go to the West family and everybody in the basketball community that are still currently mourning the loss of the legend Jerry West. We're still dealing with old players. Bob Koozie recently had some
Still
comments to
dealing
say
with old
about.
players is crazy.
Sorry, we're gonna move over to Celtics legend Bob Koozie. Had some comments to say on Kyrie Irving. He claimed that the Celtics have exposed him and admits that he does not think Kyrie is a superstar due to his inability to perform in the finals. Casual, we'll start with you. Do you think that Bob Coozie's comments are valid? Or coming from a place of hostility due to Kyrie's history with the Celtics? What do you think?
Do I think that, especially the way he said it was a little that was crazy. It was a little crazy. The way he said it was a little crazy, but the statement as he said it, like in its like context, I might agree. And hear me out. The reason why I don't think that Kyrie is a superstar is because the players that I perceive to be superstars, it's by such a strict requirement that I don't think that it would be fair for me to call Kyrie a superstar, because I don't think players like Devin Booker or Donovan Mitchell are superstars. I don't think players such as Jalen Brunson would be considered a superstar for myself. Like my requirement for what I consider a superstar is so strict.
Okay, I think he went on mute.
No. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
No, yeah, I had a call. But yeah. So my requirement for being a superstar is basically you playing at an all NBA level, MVP caliber level, to be honest. MVP caliber level, and that MVP play being able to translate in some form of fashion, especially with your highest qualities, to the postseason. When I look at Kyrie, albeit a fantastic scorer, a solid facilitator, when you get into the postseason, those things don't necessarily translate on a consistent basis. And so that's ultimately like my reasoning for why I don't, especially the fashion in which Kyrie scores. And then throughout his career, you saw like it started to be more cognizant of the advantages that he takes, the advantages that's created for him to take advantage of, like a Luka or a LeBron. And he excels in those realms. And so when it's a situation like that, I don't think that you're exactly a superstar. I think he's a star, but that's as far as I'm willing to go.
Okay, that's fair take. A Sturdy, what are your thoughts on the comment that Bob Cousy made about NBA player Kyrie Irving?
Yeah, he wasn't wrong. I don't think it was a place of malice. Possibly could it be because I'm a Celtic great? I want to say that maybe, but um, yeah. It's not inaccurate though. It really depends on obviously your standard of a superstar.
Yeah.
But to me, a superstar simply is, does your game transcend the sport? That's my standard of a superstar. So basically, if a person that you ask that you know for a fact don't know nothing about basketball or the NBA, you say, hey, do you know this person or know of this person? And they say, yeah, that's a superstar. And Kyrie, in my opinion, don't fit that criteria. And obviously, casual touched upon his from the style of play. He's not as impactful as like some. He's not even a top 15 player in the league. So, well, for multiple standards, no, he's not a superstar. And he did have a superstar game, in Game 3, but nah, he has superstar talent, but he's not a superstar.
Okay. True to King.
Bob Koozie was cooking. Like the Hall of Famer. Former MVP. Listen, he's an MVP guard, y'all. He won MVP before, y'all. He's a champion. He knows he's been around superstars. He played against superstars. He would consider superstar himself during his time when he played. So let's not see why it's because they played in a different era. They all gotta get disrespect, Tyson. Oh, old Bobby with some nasty work. No, because True probably agree. Yeah, I do probably agree because he's because of the point I just said. He was a superstar and considered superstar in his era. He been watching basketball for a long time, longer than us. He understands. He played against superstars, RP Jerry West. He understands what superstars are. I think all of us should understand what superstars are. Yeah, is Kyrie Irving popular? Absolutely. Go buy his shoes. Go, you know what I mean? The handle, go watch his highlights, man. Listen, hey, sure, I can watch Kyrie highlights all day. Him dribbling the basketball,
Me too.
he's amazing. His
The
shoes,
greatest.
his shoes always look. His shoes always listen. His
The
shoes always
greatest.
fire. Them antis. Hey, all that. That's dope. But I know this though. When it comes to let me read the exact comment he said. Let's get transparent. You know what I mean? The Celtics have exposed Kyrie Irving as not quite a superstar. You know what I mean? He has been severely subdued. They're not even trapping him a lot. They're doing it one-on-one. Kyrie is working his butt off, and they're still stopping most of his stuff. He's no longer in that superstar category. And that's the only thing I disagree with Bob Cousy. He was never a superstar. So, I mean, that's the only thing I'm agree because he was never a superstar. I mean, Bob kind of gave him respect because Bob thought he was a superstar at one point in time. So, I mean, let's not play that game. So, listen, man, and you got it. The other thing, this is the last part of this quote. You know what I mean? You got to function in the playoff to determine where you are in the hierarchy. So listen, man, he was cooking. The legend, Bob Cousy, the Houdini. He was cooking. The former MVP that Kyrie Irving was never in the conversation ever, by the way. So if you want to do that, Tyson, I see you in the chat. If you want to play that game, first team All
Hold on,
NBA, we're
wait,
gonna talk
true,
something
we're
Kyrie
not
Irving
doing
would
that.
never
We're not
do.
doing that.
But that's
He
neither here. But
he was in
listen,
an MVP conversation his first year on the Celtics. That's how nasty Celtics fans
Thank
are.
you. He was.
They try to have selective memory. Mario, you trying to see how you try to say that? Like that's
Yeah, that's why I
whatever,
was like,
bro.
are
Do
you
your
sure?
thing.
My face.
Hold on. Hold
Get
on.
up, get it on with so I can tell the truth
Hold
on
on.
that, Bob.
I'm just saying though. I'm just saying it's the clarity. You know what I mean? I mean, listen, we can't just to start capping because or disagree with somebody because they were old or you whatever. That's all I gotta say. Shout out to
Either
Bob
way,
Cousy.
Herm, you got a lot. You got a lot. Do you want to respond to what True the King
It's
has
not even
said about?
about True the King. I'm gonna respond to Bob Cousy. Bob Cousy, shut up, man. Shut up. All you doing is front running at his best because Boston was up 3-0. They up 3-1 now, and you just front running. And when they come back, what you gonna say then when the Mavs come back and they mess around and win the title? Are you gonna say Kyrie's still not a superstar? Look, I'm gonna put it like this though. Kyrie Irving is the guy that got superstar talent. Really, he was only given 2 years out of his whole career to showcase him the capability of being a number one. And you could kind of go 50-50 with that the first year in Boston. Unfortunately, they had the best record in the NBA. He was leading in the MVP vote, you know what I'm saying, before he had that season-ending shoulder injury. The second year, he did a poor job being the leader, and they ultimately lost in the second round. So you kind of really never had a good sample size to really see can he be a number one. So he really never had the opportunity. So in that aspect alone, you can't give him that superstar status. But end of the day, he's a superstar talent. I bet you nobody don't want to see him in the game seven. Ask Steph Curry how it feels to go against a Kyrie
There you
Irving
You
in
go.
gotta
game
get to a
seven.
game seven first. Gotta get to
Hey,
game seven
Talk
hey,
first.
about it,
it might not
Herm.
it might not be as hard when you got guys speaking out of turn like on Bob Cousy that's speaking out of
Yeah,
line.
Hall of
He need to
Famer. Hall
take
of Famer.
Hall of Famer that had one of
Top
the stack
25 too.
stack team. Yeah,
Somebody
top
did make that.
75. He
Somebody
might
didn't
not.
make it.
He
He
might
talking about
not.
somebody
Hey,
didn't make it either.
yeah,
So
but he should have been top 75. So don't act like he didn't get on robbed of that. Kyrie Irving should be a top 75 player. It's a travesty, but we all know why. It's
like,
personal reasons. It's
hey
personal
man,
reasons why
Yeah,
Kyrie
we
Irving
know
not
why,
in the
Hearn.
top 75. So don't sit up there and disrespect Kyrie Irving. But I disrespect Bob Cousy, a guy
but
that
how
had
did
to
he
have
was he
7 other
disrespectful
supers,
though?
had to have seven top 7 of the top 10 players in the league on one team, and it was only 8 teams in the league when he was winning his titles. And guess what? True in the Jim Crow era, Bob Cousy ain't nothing special about Bob Cousy, man. He just played for a winning franchise that was cheating the whole NBA when they was winning. So ain't like it's nothing special. Stop front running. Stop thinking
Like,
that the coast is clear. You keep talking, Bob Cousy. The Celtics gonna get walked down because you know Tatum and Brown is fragile.
Bob
You
Cousy
know,
a
you know
front
they'll
runner is
choke in a
crazy.
second. So at the end of the day, Bob Cousy, know your role and shut your mouth, man. Just shut your mouth and just take one game at a time before you get exposed as the fool that you are. Because Kyrie Irving been shutting up a lot of folks. You see Stephen A. shutting up. You see Shaq and Charles Barkley had to eat their words on the set inside the NBA when they had to interview Kyrie Irving. So, hey, Kyrie, I'm gonna tell you this for Hollywood Hearn. Use this as motivation to shut the old geezer up, man. Just use it as motivation to shut the old geezer up. That's all you gotta do. Shut Bob Cousy up and stump on Lucky like I know you're capable of doing, man.
Yes. Do it again, Kyrie. Step on
You
him
know what's
again.
funny? You know what's funny too? By the way, too, let me address this comment earlier. Sturdy said, I've looked at the both years that Kyrie was on the Bulls. So he didn't finish top 13 in MVP voting. So let's not play this. Let's not
No,
play this.
that's not. And
Let's
see,
not.
that's nothing
Let's not play this
Celtics
game.
like to do. They don't like to.
Not
They
play
like
this
to
game.
listen to response and listen to comprehend. I said specifically, let's not pretend Kyrie Irving was not in MVP conversations the first year he
Hell,
was in the Celtics. That's what
I
I
don't
said.
know if it was.
Because
I
we
don't know
all
if he
know.
was or
Because we
not.
all know. Because we all know the only reason why he finished top 5 in MVP voting minimum because of he got hurt the last month of the season.
So he
Let's
didn't. So he
stop
didn't
doing that.
finish.
Let's not do
So
that.
hold on. So with that being said, though, he didn't finish top 13. So let me go off the. My fault
Because he
for
got
doing this.
hurt,
My
True.
fault for doing this. Let me give you all
Stop
James
being
No,
a
Harden
so
said.
hater,
so so
man.
he
Hold on.
was
Time out.
exactly
Time out.
true. He was in
Time out.
MVP conversation, like
Time
my
out.
original statement
Time out.
said.
Time out. Time out. Time out.
MVP
Yeah, there was
conversation.
third. There was 13 people. It was 13 people that had more votes than him. And by the way, Victor Oladipo had more votes than him. He had total of 2 points. He didn't get no vote. I don't even think he got a vote for even MVP. So let's not lie. Listen, he was phenomenal. Listen, Kyrie Irving was phenomenal. But you're trying to tell me off of 1 month you don't get no votes whatsoever. We can move on. My fault, bro. We can move on.
I mean, you just a Kyrie hurt. You in the same category as Stephen A. Shaq and Charles Barkley. It's okay.
No,
And
I just speak
you in the
facts there.
same boat as Joe
I just
Tsai.
spoke
You
facts.
in the same category as Sean
I'm
Marks.
not
You in the
aging.
same
I'm not aging or
category. You in the
true.
same category as Nike that try to blackball the man and get him kicked out the league. Hey, you in the same category, Kyrie. This all you gotta do: shut the old geezer and Bob Cousy up, stomp on Lucky, man. Drop a hey. Kyrie, better yet, turning back when you last time you was down 3-1 in the series. Guess what you did, Kyrie? Had back-to-back 40 balls. Drop a 40 piece on Boston Game 5, man. Shut that bomb True up. Shut the bomb Bob Cousy up that only was dribbling in a circle with his right hand back in the day, just dribbling in a damn circle, and he think he's special. Man, hey, Kyrie, do your thing, boy. That's all you gotta
Which
do, Kyrie.
which he will game 5. Game 5, I'm expecting a 40 piece from
You do
Kyrie.
realize this,
But
hey, this is recorded.
wait, we gotta hear Zeno thoughts. Zeno, what are your thoughts on the comments that Bob Cousy made about Kyrie Irving?
I thought you called my name before and I was just not listening. The way that everyone was having a whole nice conversation without me.
Mm-mm.
That's
No.
crazy, you know.
But I do want to say that I think it's kind of obvious that Kyrie is not a superstar. And it's kind of the plight of the guards. This has been a thing that I think people don't really realize when it comes to the 2010s and onwards. The how great of a player you need to be as a guard is like understated. You need to be one of the best scorers in the league as a guard, while being one of the best passer playmakers in the league as a guard to really be a superstar level player.
I don't think people understand how hard it is to be that great. Even Damian Lillard, who's one of the best passer playmakers in the league and one of the best efficient scorers, even to the point where he actually was able to pull teams out a couple of inches, a couple of feet behind above the arc, was not a superstar.
He's a superstar.
I don't think people understand that. Ralph says this. Ralph says Kyrie sells more shoes than your favorite NBA player, Zeno. Yeah, we all know that big men don't sell shoes like what's called guards. Congratulations. Anyways, back to normal conversation. I think Kyrie is one of those players that gets overhyped because of his scoring package and how insane his versatility as a scorer is. But when you really sit down and understand it, Kyrie is one of the best guard scorers that we've ever seen. Yes. But Kyrie isn't one of the best passer playmakers in the league as a guard. Kyrie isn't one of the best guard rebounders, isn't one of the best defenders as a guard. So he loses out on the thing that could possibly make him a superstar level talent as a guard. I don't think that's the case. I just don't think that people understand how much you need to do as an offensive player, as a guard, to be what's called a superstar. Like to be if you're a guard and a superstar, especially a point guard, because we're talking about point guards here, really. To be a point guard and a superstar, I think everyone don't understand how rare that is. It is super rare for a guard to be a point guard to be a superstar. Like, can we all kind of sit down and think through every decade what the superstar was in each decade? In this decade, Steph is the only real guard sized point guard to be
guard size. Okay.
Yeah, because why not do Luka?
Yeah, because the conditions you said originally, I was like, wait.
No, I'm not trying to listen to people say Luka. Like Luka.
No. I was about to say Shea, Luka, Curry.
Yeah, point guard.
Yeah,
point guard.
Oh, Shea's not a point guard to you.
No, Shea is he is a point guard. See, I keep thinking Shea's a 2. He just plays more like a 2 than
because he's more score heavy when he has the ball.
Yeah,
the intent's different.
Hey, we gonna put it like this, man.
Tyson?
If y'all
wait, let's let Zeno finish. Let's let Zeno finish. Zeno.
Tyson says on cap, you need teammates to make up some of these flaws, Zeno, hence Steph Curry. But we all understand that, and I agree with you. You need teammates to be able to hide your flaws and maximize your strengths. But how that doesn't stop the pure value that you bring to a team
individually.
What you bring to a team individually as a value doesn't depend on what your teammates do. You are, as a player, can do X, Y, and Z. Your teammates can amplify that to become even great or minimalize it. But you, as a player, can be a 10 out of 10 in X, Y, and Z and not have it utilized to that level, and a 0 out of 10 as another thing. Well, 0 out of 10 is kind of 4 out of 10 and another thing, and still be amplified to enough for it to not be a weakness. That's what people needs to understand.
Look at Anthony Davis.
Not bad.
Well, y'all, hey, I'm telling everybody in the chat, I'm telling everybody on the panel, y'all better stop ignoring these jewels that I'm giving y'all to make some money, man. Hey, y'all need to bet on Kyrie Irving to score 30 plus points in this game 5, man. You want to make some money, man? Go on Profit Duel, man, so you can count your money up, man, and roll with the roll with the heartbreak kid, Kyrie Irving.
If y'all take any of the bets that Herm has asked y'all to take throughout this entire show, y'all are gonna call crossover.
That 30 sound convincing.
Let me say this.
Because that nigga, no. Okay. Hold on. So Mario, are you saying that Herm was on to something when he said to bet the under on Asia Wilson's points?
No, he was wrong on that one.
Okay.
The 30 for Kyrie, he was very wrong on Asia.
But what if I'm right? Like I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, but what if you're wrong?
Herm been winning some money, man. Y'all better listen to Hollywood Herm. I'm telling y'all.
Run it up, 30.
I'm here to introduce you guys to a website with guaranteed returns, and it's called Profit Duel. And Profit Duel guarantees your returns by using this thing called match betting.
So match betting is basically a process that involves placing two bets on the same event to cover all outcomes. And that's the most important thing right there. So there's really no risk. This means we don't win anything, but we also don't lose anything. But in the process of doing that, you are unlocking the generous free bets offered by a multitude of different sports books out there. Let's go ahead and click on some of these offers. I'm going to show you how this process works. But when you click on these offers here, as you can see, sports welcome bonuses, multitude of different bonuses right here, and you have the opportunity to take advantage of all of these offers, and it makes the process so much easier than what you see on some of these other sites.
Get Profit Duel and let's start getting this guaranteed cash today.
Yeah, y'all go do what that ad said. Please don't do it for these WNBA games that are currently going on and the NBA finals. Still gonna keep it NBA related. Dan Hurley, who is the coach of the UConn men's basketball team in college, decided to turn down the Lakers head coach position, and in my opinion, wonderful decision. I'm happy that he chose this. This man saved his career. If we're being completely honest, with not taking that role of being a head coach for the Lakers. True to Key, what are your thoughts on Dan turning down the decision to be the Lakers head coach?
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. I mean, you had different head coaches even from college from turning his job down before via Juwan Howard when he was still in Michigan. So I'm not surprised. But also, too, it's also leverage. I mean, let's be real. Let's call it how it is. Either for leverage, for for the situation he was in UConn. You know what I mean? I mean, especially he could, So it's like that being said. I mean, listen, that Laker job, head coach's job, is not a desirable job no more.
It's not. It's crazy.
Especially when you have exactly. Especially when you have your front office. Especially when you have a front office, just been terrible. The front office been terrible. Like the coaching life on that organization has been terrible. Outside of Phil Jackson, it's been terrible. Like Frank Vogel was only there won the championship, only there for like 2 years, 3 years, and got fired. 3 years got fired, just like that. So I mean, I don't. I mean, I don't know, man. Like that's like I said. I don't blame him. Like I said, he used it basically for leverage per se. Like, listen, I mean, if it was like a certain amount of money they would offer him, yeah, cool. Like he probably would have took it. It was maybe more money. But that being said, too, I mean, listen, it's a reason. I mean, the fact that no disrespect to JJ Redick, but if if that's one of your top candidates for the head coaching job, that's all it should tell you that you would Lakers in a tough road. They're not in a good situation. They're not in a good spot right now.
At all. Casual. Was this the right call for Dan Hurley? And do you think that he used the Lakers as leverage to get that contract for UConn?
No, they were gonna give him that contract regardless, because as it stands right now, Dan Hurley has the right to say that he's the best head coach in college basketball. And I don't think many people give much pushback. No, I think he made the right decision to not sign with the Lakers, because one, I think that the philosophy and the way that he runs his sets, I think that it could be something that could benefit a Anthony Davis led offense going into the future. It wouldn't necessarily benefit LeBron, because it would force LeBron to primarily be off ball more often, which sounds good in theory until you realize that LeBron at this stage of his career, he really is just more beneficial being on ball, because he's the best playmaker that they have, and he's not as mobile as he once was from a quickness standpoint. So I think that I don't really see how it would benefit him, but it could benefit a player like D'Angelo Russell. It could benefit a player like Austin Reeves specifically, with Anthony Davis being at the helm. That being said, though, he wasn't going to be able to implement that, and I think we all recognize that. Any head coach that tries to have LeBron play primarily off ball essentially gets shunned. We saw it with the guy that played for the guy that head coached overseas and then got the job for the Cavaliers. We saw it slightly with Luke Walton, although Luke Walton is not necessarily a good head coach. He did attempt. He did have the right intent with trying to have LeBron play more off ball, and that backfired. Hell, even Darvin Ham to start the season off when Russell Westbrook was on the team, albeit personnel wasn't necessarily the most exceptional. He had the right intent as well, and it never seems to pan out. Now, do I think that those situations of them trying to have him play off ball were the best situations to try to enforce that philosophy? No, but I do think that to a certain extent, LeBron did show a little bit of resistance because that's all he knows at this point in his career. So, understanding the situation that the Lakers are in, I think Dan Hurley made the best decision to pass on this job. It's not like it will be the last job that he will get asked to have. Right? I think that there's plenty of jobs in the future that Dan Hurley, when he gets done with his college run, will get. But as it stands right now, Dan Hurley is dominating in college. Go and get you another ring.
I agree that he should definitely take the route of staying in college due to his dominance right now at the collegiate level. I mean, this is like the fact that he could go on to win a third, because I don't think UConn winning a third championship is out of the realms of possibility. Will it be hard? Of course, but it's not out of the realms of possibility. And if I'm not mistaken, this is like one of the fewest teams to like. He's the thing. If UConn wins a third, they'll be like one of the fewest teams to win like a championship at the collegiate level, like for 3 years in a row. And they ain't got the chance to do that. So that's why I thought he made the right decision. But Zeno, what are your thoughts on Dan Hurley deciding to stay at the collegiate level?
I mean, I don't know much about him, and I'm not gonna act like I do. I just think this is a good idea for him. I'm talking about strictly from a team perspective when it comes to the NBA. He would be expected to do a bit too much from the bat, and I don't know if his philosophy, because everyone knows here that basketball in the collegiate level compared to the NBA is completely different. The collegiate level is more to the coaches than the players, because the coaches are always going to be able to stay, and the players are either one going to retire because they've gone to other facets in life, or they are going to the NBA. So they know that they're not going to be there permanently. So I don't know if the way he coaches is accessible and applicable to the NBA. I'm not sure he would be able to deal with that kind of change. Also, as I said earlier, I don't know if he will be able to live up to the expectations that Lakers fans and fans in general may have of him when he steps into that team. And I just really don't want any new coach that hasn't coached in the NBA taking up that Lakers job. I've always been against coaches who haven't even had a lick of actual head coach experience being the head coach of any like championship level teams. Always had an issue with that, in my opinion.
I agree. Me too, Zeno. Herm, you can go ahead and take the wheel. Do you think Dan Hurley make
end of the day, Hurley, you did right. The only way you take that Lakers job, bro, they was gonna give you $100 million. They didn't give him that, so he did right to return to UConn. And that was a business move as well. So UConn got to value him and give him what he deserves. So at the end of the day, he did right by not taking the job. But the person I'm gonna blame most is LeBron Ramon James. Because if you want a good coach to coach the Lakers, you'll tell the Lakers organization, y'all better offer this man Make him the highest paid coach in the NBA now, because he wants to win that bad. But no, LeBron wants to control everything. He wants a guy, JJ Redick, that never coached a day in his life to be a head coach of the Lakers, man. It's all about club sports and LeBron. They sold their soul. Jenny Buzz need to sell the team. It's a damn shame what's going on with the Lakers organization. Dr. Bus is rolling in his damn grave. It just sad that you had the opportunity to get the hottest name in basketball for us coaching wise, and you didn't do it because you want to control everything. It's a damn shame that they letting a 40-year-old aging superstar run the damn franchise. Hell, hey, better yet, Lakers, this how you do it. So that way you could flip the blame. That way, when everything falls apart, it's only one man they can blame. Go ahead, give LeBron James the highest contract in the league, make him the highest paid in the NBA, and make him be a player coach. Let him be the coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. Let him hire JJ Redick as his top head assistant, and let LeBron James be the head coach and the player of the Los Angeles Lakers. That way, you already done bailed yourself out from the blame. Because now I want to see Locker Room do videos about how bad LeBron James is doing coaching wise, why he's not making the proper adjustments, why he's not making the right substitutions. Let LeBron James be the coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. That's how you fix your problem, Lakers. That's how you get up under from the blame.
That's nasty.
That,
Yeah,
but that's a
and ain't
good
that.
take though.
That's all you got to.
Herm, I just got one
Great
question for
take.
you. Herm, I just got one question for you. And I guess Mario essentially agrees with you. At what point did you become like a certified LeBron hater? When did this happen?
I'm not a
No.
LeBron. I'm not a
Like
LeBron hater. See, I,
what stage did this
but
happen?
see, I'm not a LeBron hater. See, I keep it down the middle. See, this is one thing
Okay.
about me. I give him praise when it's warranted, and I cook
Uh
his
huh.
ass, and I cook his
Oh, okay.
ass when it's warranted. See, people like
So
to kiss.
why is it ever
People
since
like to kiss
3D
LeBron
hard way.
James' ass and
why
don't
is
hold
it
them
ever since I
accountable.
met you're crazy, Zeno. 3 the hard way is nuts.
Eh,
And what
eh,
why is it that ever since I've met you, and now that I think about it, Mario, you too, why is it ever since I met y'all, I have never heard you guys say one nice thing about LeBron? When
I
I
when
did.
did this
have.
start?
I said a lot
This
of
is
I
I've been
crazy.
positive towards LeBron James this season, by the way. And on top, Sturdy knows how I roll. I've always been down the middle when it comes to Ramon James. Now, will I troll LeBron fans?
Why you say his
Hell,
full
hell
government?
yeah. Hell yeah, I'll troll LeBron Ramon James
Oh,
fan
so you just
ASAP.
trolling. Okay, so you just
No,
trolling.
I'm
Okay.
not trolling right now. You got no choice but to do it because he do try to control everything. So if you are the Lakers fan, look, LeBron, we're gonna make it the highest paid in the league. Hell, LeBron, hey, look, we so crazy. We gonna pay you 80 million a year. We gonna pay you 80 million a year. You get a 2-year deal. Your last 2 years of the Lakers, you can make it to your 23rd season as a player coach. You get 80 million a year. You make history too. You get the highest contract in NBA history, making 80 million a year. We gonna give you that right now, LeBron Ramon James. And that way,
That sounds
all
fair.
fans, let's see if LeBron fans like to go James Kingdom with his biased ass. Let's see if he gives LeBron James the criticism like he gave Darvin Ham. Let's see the locker room, my brother, locker room, give LeBron James the criticism when he makes bad adjustments, when he doesn't make the right decisions coaching wise as well. Let's see how these LeBron James fans are going to be when it comes down to it. I'd be interested to see it now. If LeBron James wins as a player coach, hey, we got an argument for the GOAT coming. I'd be the first to say he's the GOAT. If he
No.
wins a title as a player coach, he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT.
But okay, that's
First of
a
all,
fair.
the new CBA don't even allow that shots
True,
flat no
true,
more
true.
anyway.
No,
That's
for
what I
real.
thought.
No, for real.
But
True,
that's a
true, true. More on a more serious note. So Mike Budenholzer, that seems like the only head coach that they can go for, right? Yeah.
Hell,
Nah, he was the
he'll
Suns. You
get
guys
fired.
He's
talking
with
the
the Suns
Suns.
right
He's
now.
with the Suns. He's
He's with
Suns.
the Suns. Oh, he's
Yeah,
Been with
out
the
of
he
Suns.
would.
there.
Yeah, he
Oh
would
my
have
His
got
press
God.
fired. He
conference
would
and
have got
everything.
fired by the
He did his
All
press.
Star break though. So I'm glad he is with the Suns.
You right, because
but that's
KD is taking all of Giannis's sloppy seconds. You right. First Grayson
That's
Allen, now
nasty
Mike
work.
Budenholzer.
That's
That's
Man.
nasty.
nasty work. Grayson had a
but
career
but
year though
that's
with
a
KD though.
but that's
Sloppy
a fair
seconds.
take. Phenomenal take. In my opinion. by
I bet it is.
Appreciate that for
I
my
bet it
Memphis
is.
sister.
Phenomenal
Appreciate
take.
that for my Memphis sister, man.
I
Appreciate
bet it
that for my
is.
Support
Memphis
my
I
sister.
bet
Memphis
it
brother.
is.
H from the UK is on stage with us. What are your thoughts on Hurley turning down this position? Do you agree with what Herm said about LeBron possibility being a coach or something? Like,
First things first, man. Salute everyone, man. Salute, salute. I just give a background. I'm a Lakers fan. I've been a Lakers fan since the early Shaq years, man.
Fake.
Yo, I'm a Lakers fan since the early Shaq years. But let's just put it this way, man. He was never going to be the head coach, man. I don't care what no one says. He was never going to be the head coach. It's just out there as a distraction because we already know who the head coach is going to be. We've seen the podcasts already. We've seen the chemistry already. It's going to be JJ Redick, man. And they've just thrown it out there. And I have to agree with her, man. At the end of the day, from a business standpoint, it's great. You don't have to pay a guy 70 million. You've got that off the books. First things first, you got to remember, like, the Buss family are not that rich right now. Their money's kind of low. So giving this 70 mil over 6 years, that's gonna hit their bank balance a lot. So they got to save up on some money. So why not give it to JJ on a cheaper one? Number two, LeBron doesn't want to hear some young head coach telling him what to do, man. You don't want to hear that. I look at it this way. LeBron's gonna be the head coach, but he's got like a figurehead there, man. He's the hand behind the scenes moving the pieces. So either way, man, like from a business standpoint, it works. But from a winning standpoint, this is terrible, man. This is like, we're in the Kobe years right now, man. We're in the Kobe years, the last leg. And at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm just sad I have to see it like this, man. Because some of the pieces we've got on the team currently, it's not the best. But end of the day, Dan Hurley, even though he's a good head coach on whatever he's done in college, there's no guarantee that that's going to transfer to the actual NBA. There's no guarantee. So I'd rather save on the money and just get someone else, man, personally. But it is what it is.
okay, realistic standards from a Lakers fan. Ace 30.
Pretty much everybody hit it on the head. To be honest with you, I thought the Lakers was really serious, but they didn't offer him 100 million at least. The reason why I said 100 million, we taking into account the cost of living for him moving to California. That would have bare minimum matched what he was doing in Connecticut in UConn. So yeah, they wasn't really serious. There are still good coaching candidates still out there. The Lakers could hire if they're legit in terms of developing or trying to somewhat keep up with the delusion of trying to still compete. But nevertheless, I think Hurley did the right job. I mean, made the right decision. I think the Lakers. I think the Lakers is a sham of an organization at this point. I think the fans of the Lakers fan base don't hold the front office accountable enough. I think the front office is completely incompetent, and they're on their seventh coach in the last, like, since Phil Jackson left. They're on the seventh head coach, and then not taking into account the fact that each coach that he had so far haven't lasted more than 3 seasons. At the end of the day, that's the key sign of inconsistency and, most importantly, incompetence. So the Lakers can still salvage this. There's still good candidates out there. Obviously, we're gonna talk about that on next week's show. But at the end of the day, Dan Hurley made the right decision. The Lakers wasn't really serious about hiring, and yeah, that's pretty much it. My co-panelists hit up on everything else.
Man, blow this bitch up, bro. Blow this bitch up. The Lakers need to blow this up, bro.
Go back to Minnesota. Go back to Minnesota, man.
I'm so tired of this, bro. I'm so tired of this.
Hey, guys, I'm tired of it.
I'm so tired of this, bro. Blow this shit up, dog. Every year, what they need more. They
can't get it.
They can't get it. And even if they did get it, guess what? Even Dan Hurley can't solve all the problems they got going on with this roster construction, the personnel, the attitudes, the personalities, the characters. Like, they have much bigger problems at hand. Blow this bitch up. Get draft compensation and just start from the bottom and actually build a competent franchise that can actually compete for years to come. Because I'm telling you right now, even if you did get Dan Hurley, you ain't beating the Nuggets, you ain't beating the Timberwolves, you ain't beating OKC, and you ain't beating Dallas. So like, what are we doing
And
here?
Memphis when
Nah,
healthy.
I'll be honest there, though, man.
They smoking on
You're
that
talking some.
Memphis package.
Nah, man, you're talking some false narratives right there, man. The only team I think the only team what can only beat us is the Nuggets. Every other team,
Oh,
I think we
come
can
on,
match up
Ace, you
against
got to
them.
chill out, bro. You can't just come.
Nah,
Come on, Ace. Come on, that was
bro,
crazy. But that was
real
crazy.
talk,
Hey, that's
bro.
crazy. That's the problem. See, that's the problem.
Real
This is
talk, bro.
that's crazy, bro. Like that's a
Why
crazy
is it
statement.
crazy? Why is it crazy?
Because that's the bro. The Timberwolves would have killed y'all. They would have
Nah, man.
destroyed y'all.
We would have
The
cooked them through the hard way, man.
What are y'all? Come
that they
on,
would have
The
put,
bro.
Timberwolves and the Mavs.
Come on,
the
bro.
pressure
Like,
that
let's
they would
stop.
have put on D'Angelo Russell and Austin Reeves would have been stuff
Like, come
of
on, bro.
magic.
Okay, so what
which
pressure would they put on LeBron and AD?
What?
That's two
What pressure
people.
they
And
put
that
on
being said,
LeBron and
too.
AD?
But
And
those
that
two
being
people,
said,
okay, that same logic that you trying to apply, they tried to apply that shit to the Denver Nuggets. How that work out for them?
I
And
already said that's the only. I already said that's the only team what will beat us.
this is a much
The end
more
of the day,
consistent and dominant
the
defensive
NBA's
unit.
the NBA's a matchup situation. That's how I look at it. The Denver Nuggets have the matchup to beat us.
And the Lakers
Denver,
You're
as
cooking
currently
there, by the way.
constructed, the Lakers as currently constructed have multiple holes that the teams that I named can take advantage of. They can just take advantage of them.
and also, let me say this too. The shout out to Tyson. The styles make fights. We all can understand that, but that's because even with that being said, that's because you also can make it harder on the other team. Don't mean you can also win a 7-game series either, though. Because that being said, too, we saw in the Lakers and Nuggets series that the weaknesses of the Nuggets when it comes to rim protection. But guess what, though? I mean, that don't mean anything. Like, I mean, the Lakers is not good enough to come out the way. It is what it is. Like, we got to be honest. Like that's the problem too. When you have the fan base of the Lakers and that keep leaving this front office, and the front office has got these a lot of Laker fans thinking they can really are real contenders. It's just that's why they're in the situation they're at now.
I don't think we're real contenders. I never said we were real contenders, but when you're saying
the only team that can beat the Lakers and Nuggets is crazy, bro.
But
at the end of the
so
day,
what is this all about for the Lakers? What if they're not real contenders and you understand that they're not real contenders? What is this all about then?
Look, man, I already said from my first take, man, the Lakers only care about money. However, the Lakers throughout the whole of the regular season this year, against all of the top 8 teams, not a lot of them have beat us. We beat the Clippers, we beat the Mavs, we destroyed OKC. The only teams that really touched us was the Wolves and the Nuggets. But I think in a playoff series, we can touch the Wolves. The only team what I can say legitimately would beat us is the Nuggets.
But that's
LeBron would have to have like I don't think I think it's gonna be
LeBron would have to turn back the clock at least 40. Like 4 or 5 years.
We are counting a dude that's 45 years old.
Yo, he ain't looking for it. He ain't playing 40. So at the end of the day, I can only go if you play on the court. So
I'm sorry, I need someone to tell me who stayed in front of Anthony Edwards on that team against those unathletic guards.
LeBron can't even guard a dunker spot.
And LeBron can't guard. Isn't going to be at that level of guarding anymore. He's usually using his IQ more. He's more of a positional defender rather than and like using his IQ to sit in certain spots and affect the game that way rather than actually roaming and blowing up plays like that anymore. But hey.
Like, come on now. Like, if we're being and again, you talking about from a business standpoint, they're about making money. What makes the most money in LA? What makes the most money for a Lakers franchise?
Winning.
Championship contention, winning the championship, or at least the illusion of, hey, we can win this championship. You know, just like we know, that LeBron and the Lakers, as currently constructed, they are not winning the championship. You said it yourself. They're not real contenders. So what is this all about? Go back to the drawing board, Trade these niggas. Get your draft compensation back and start fresh.
Okay, this is just going to be my last point before I stay silent. Every time you go to the next round of the playoffs, what do you generate?
Revenue.
There you go, man. Simple. Right. Done.
But you just played into casuals. Never mind.
No, so
no, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Zeno. Go ahead, Zeno.
If we can get to the second round or we can get to the third round, we're still making more revenue. At the end of the day, the bosses, the money's low. So regardless, if it's
and how do you get to those rounds?
By win, but I already said you gotta realize we played the Denver Nuggets in the first round. That's the only team I believe can beat us. No other team's gonna beat us. OKC were fool's gold. They were. If they played us, they won't beat us.
OKC getting better next year though.
But OKC,
you want me to tell him or you want to tell him?
I mean, I don't have the heart to. I don't have the heart to tell him. Do you want to tell him?
I don't have the heart either, bro.
I mean, I don't know.
But that being said, too, though, like we understand that.
I just got a quick question. How do this version of the Lakers team match up against the Mavs? That's the thing I'm missing. Like you thought Jamal Murray with a bad calf was cooking y'all. What the hell is Kyrie and Luka gonna do?
They're about to take turns.
They're about to tear their ass up. They're about to tear that ass up.
Turns, bro. Oh my god.
They're not competitors. I agree with Cal.
15 lobs a game. 15 lobs a game.
And it's not like and again, we're talking about just this season. It's not like OKC's not going to go into the next season more improved. It's not like the Timberwolves aren't going to go in more improved. It's not like Dallas isn't going to be still there. It's not like the Denver Nuggets aren't going to still be there. It's
no.
I'm not giving you Memphis. I'm not giving you Memphis. I'm sorry. I'm not giving you Memphis. I'm not giving you. I'm not giving you Memphis.
You better be calm down with your playing team.
I'm not giving you Memphis. But at the very least, like the Lakers, and then we not even talking about teams that missed the playoffs, but their bad matchups with the Lakers as well. The Sacramento Kings. Like the West is so loaded. The West is so loaded. Yes, the Pelicans. The West is so loaded that the Lakers.
Are not a bad match. All right, you guys don't know.
No. Well, you should. We gonna act like they're playing.
They're not a bad team either.
That was an injured AD. Don't do this now. That was an injured AD.
Wait, what? This year?
Yeah. AD. If you was paying attention, AD was not moving like AD did against them in the regular season. The reason why is because he was having back spasms. Like. We need to understand that wasn't fully healthy AD when he played against.
Can let me piggyback to that point though, as you know, and Tyson and other people talk about the injuries, but that's going back to the topic point of why this and what I said earlier in my take that this job is not desirable. The roster construction on this team is terrible. We have multiple dudes that's prone to injuries, including your two best players. So if they're not going to be, even with the AD, shout out to AD for playing through the injuries and, you know what I mean, he played the amount of games he did. But still, though, to Zeno's point that the back spasm, when you have we got LeBron James, a guy that's be 45 next year. He old. Listen, LeBron old, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, the fact that, like, we depend on a dude that's like, come on. It's not realistic. And, like, AD, that's, you know what I mean, oh, Vando. Oh, yeah. But the point is, we have Vando. But that being said, too, Vando been getting hurt. I'm just saying, Gabe Vincent, you have multiple dudes on the team that's
Vando in a series against the Nuggets.
In a series against the Dallas Mavericks.
Vando against the series against
that's what I'm saying.
The Kings.
They're not gonna go.
Oh my.
And I like Vando. I like Vando.
I like Vando too.
The problem is, though, like I said, the injuries and the roster construction. First of all, and I'm gonna be real. First of all, the Lakers not even using Vando to his best ability for one. That's like the roster construction is terrible.
Oh no, I disagree with that.
Vando on the Timberwolves better than on the Lakers, but that's neither here.
No, I disagree.
We get on that no point, but the point is, but we all can agree that the roster construction
on a worse offensive team is better than Vando on a better offensive team.
But
you can't cap. The better defensively they become, be crazy.
I'm saying, because Sturdy know how I feel about it. But the point is, though.
But have y'all seen Vando with AD though? Oh
My,
man.
No, I know
yo,
it's
yo,
great.
yo, yo.
It's
Ace,
Wait,
I don't know
wait,
who
wait,
said
wait,
that.
wait. Just let
Sorry, my
True,
bad, True.
let
My
True
bad,
get
True.
his
Go
point
ahead,
out.
go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
What's your point,
it's
True?
definitely great. It's definitely great. But the problem is, this is what we're saying. We all agree with this.
Mhm.
The Lakers have so many flaws. The reason why Dan Hurley, I mean, the reason why I look at the situation that y'all, it's just they have too many flaws, and like they have too much
Facts.
error for them to like. That's the point. Yeah, Vando. Like I'm just saying though. The Timberwolves are, and a lot of teams in the West that are young are getting better, and the Lake. I mean, it
I
just
don't
come on.
even
I
see
mean, that's
this.
just very
I'm
speculative.
trying to see this comment where here it is. I'm a Suns fan, but Lakers had injuries, important players. They do need a few. But isn't that the case every year for the Lakers? Like, think about it.
That's the point.
Anthony Davis
Exactly.
and LeBron played 76 and 71 games respectively this year. That's an anomaly for their stint as a Laker. That's an anomaly of a year. That should be all the more reason why you would look at this year how they both had one of their most healthiest seasons, probably their healthiest season as a Laker, and they got knocked out in the first round, albeit to the Denver Nuggets, but there was glaring holes in their offense and defense. I think we all look at the Lakers and say there's multiple teams in the Western Conference that if they matched up against them in the postseason, they can exploit those.
And don't expect them to be a top seed because, like this point, how the roster constructed, they're going to be at the best middle of pack, the low seed playing team every single time. And that's the
Man,
case when you gotta play against the top bet. When you're a lower seed or middle seed, whatever, when you're most likely gonna play a top seed, like the names, how are you going to get further far in the playoffs when it comes to
True,
matchups?
true. You prove my point even more, man. Pack this shit up, get us some draft compensation so
That's
the
what I'm
Lakers can
saying.
actually be
Like
relevant
I'm
in the
just saying.
future. Like,
The
come on,
only,
I
the
man.
only team that
I
needs to,
mean,
the
true.
only
I
team that really
mean,
needs
true.
to pack things
The
up.
reason why LeBron gets the
It's the
criticism,
Bucks. Yeah,
he
the Bucks.
bring it
There
on
you go.
himself.
Thank you.
LeBron bring a lot of the
Wait,
criticism
what'd you
on
say? What'd you
himself.
say?
I don't say anything.
No,
The
no,
What'd
only
you say,
team
by
that
the
needs
way?
to pack things up is the Bucks, man. That's who
yeah.
needs to pack things up.
Hey,
No,
man.
the Lakers do too.
The Lake, I
Nah, man,
mean,
No,
we're
I
good,
think
man. We're good.
Memphis too.
Yo, he said
Memphis needs to
the
blow that
Bucks.
shit up.
Philadelphia especially.
Aye, bro. I was
Damn,
even
bro.
on your head. That's
Why you
crazy.
playing
I,
Memphis?
Damn,
Go.
bro.
Why you
I'll say
playing
this
Memphis? Gonna be
though.
a top 4 seed by the way.
I'll say this though. If that Milwaukee Bucks head coaching job was vacant, it would a lot be more coaches to be that job that Lakers job though. Which
that's a fact. I agree.
I know that
That's
though.
No, they
crazy.
wouldn't, because they wouldn't
I
want to
credit
deal with
and
Dame
that and
Lillard.
they
They
in
wouldn't
Buck
want to deal with
situation
Dame
and
Lillard.
casual know this and they
Buck situation
that Buck
messed up
situation
because of
ain't the
Dame Lillard.
that Buck situation ain't that crazy either. But still,
Yes, it
I'm
is.
just assuming.
Nah,
I'm just,
to be honest, it ain't
but
that. It ain't nothing. The Bucks situation right now.
It's
We ain't
bad.
really in a place where we can
that's what. But
move
the
in.
point
Yeah,
is though. But the
but we
point is
better than the
though, if
Lakers
you a
right
head
now.
coach,
We better.
Yeah,
We better.
that's about it, Castle. That's about it.
We're in a better
Yeah,
Shout
position
out to
than the
Darvin
Lakers.
Ham.
at
Shout out to
least you're
Darvin
gonna
Ham.
be in the mix.
Yes.
Ham. He's a ham. Uh,
And he's
But
still getting paid from the Lakers, nigga. Shout out to Darvin.
shout out to
man,
Darvin Ham. That's right. But
shout out to Adrian Griffin too, bro. Did my dog dirty, bro.
they did. But in conclusion, I think a majority of us, but one, can agree that the Lakers should just blow it up. I mean, there's nothing.
Same with Memphis.
No, Memphis is
We a
fine. Memphis
top 4
got it.
seed, nigga.
Memphis just got to get healthy. We straight. We just got to get healthy. We straight.
We straight. You hear? She came out with that
straight.
slang real fast,
Yeah, we
didn't she?
straight.
Shout
straight.
out to y'all for trading Xavier Tillman to y'all too, y'all.
Maya say, we straight.
Phenomenal
We
player. Happy
straight.
to see him in the finals. Phenomenal player.
Yeah,
So yeah, I'm gonna pass it over to Shooter Kings because now it's time for his goofy take of the
oh
week.
man,
Drew, what you
see
got for us today?
now this is a person that y'all not gonna be surprised. Shout out to Gilbert Arenas, man. Shout out to Gilbert Arenas. He was on here earlier.
What did he say now? What did he say now?
It's Gil's Arena. Shout out
So
to Gil's Arena.
What does that mean?
By the way, that
I
is
know,
so.
Shout out
I know
to
where
Gil's
he's
Arena.
going with this.
Hey Gil, man, listen, man. And shout out to Gil Breen and those guys. Cause listen, bad takes or good takes over there. Cause listen, there are good takes over there too. Things I do agree with, but it's entertaining. I ain't gonna lie. Gil Arena is entertaining. Because this is comedy. Yeah, I'm gonna play the video, man. Rashard McCants.
Of course.
Sean McCants, man. Hey.
So you respect Reggie Miller's legacy over LeBron's?
Yeah. Yeah. Because Reggie didn't have nowhere near the pieces that LeBron had during his journey. And I think that if Reggie would have had those pieces, his legacy would have...
During his journey...
Like, yo, Rashad McKinney, yo, the LeBron hate. Listen, you ain't beating them allegations, bro.
Bro, play that video one more time.
Hey,
shout out to my boy.
So you respect Reggie Miller's legacy over LeBron's?
Yeah. Yeah. Because Reggie didn't have nowhere near the pieces that LeBron had during his journey. And I think that if Reggie would have had those pieces, his legacy would have...
During his journey...
Let me say this. I got you.
This nigga's nasty work is working, boy. I tell you.
But listen, Sean McCann, I don't know if you do this for just the engagement. I don't know. Sean McCann, listen, I don't know if you do it on purpose or you really do be having your feelings on LeBron, whatever the case may be. Hopefully you can join the show maybe one of these times, whatever, to clear that, because that is crazy. Listen, bro, and to put in more context to that situation, the whole conversation, that was a bit, because basically Rashad McCann is basically saying that, oh, you need to stay on one team to, you know what I mean, to respect the game per se, and regardless of how bad situation you are, and it don't matter how bad front office you in, oh, you got to respect the game, you got to play through that, and like, bro, and that's why he said
it started with KD, which is crazy. KD, they drove to LeBron because they were talking about KD potentially leaving Phoenix again. He was like, "No, he need to stay in Phoenix because he's not respecting the game."
Absolutely,
and it's like,
with that being said too, Reggie Miller, listen, the Pacers has been a good front office. The only problem with the Pacers is they're not a big market. That's the only really big issue with the Pacers is that they're not. And I'm not saying they're the perfect, whatever, like front office per se. But the biggest problem with Pacers is they're in a small market. They was a good front office, especially when Reggie Miller was there. Shoot, Reggie stayed there for all that long time, and plus, the contract was different. That's neither here or there, but still, they built that team well enough around Reggie Miller. Shoot, so it's like that being said too. When LeBron, how you gonna fault LeBron James because he was in bad? Listen, if I'm listening, how you, because if you can't sit there and say you cheating the game when the front office not doing their job. Because listen, let's be real. This all at the end of the day, it's a business at the end of the day. And listen, everybody has roles, to the front office, to the janitor, to the mascot, to the cheerleaders, to the interns, whatever, keeps the scouts or whatever, the equipment managers, to the water boys, whatever. The people that putting the court together, all that case may be, everybody got roles, the owners, whatever. But that being said, y'all have a job. And if I'm a player like LeBron James, and I'm putting the work in the summertime, in my own time, my own free time, putting in the summertime, I'm doing what I gotta do. And if I'm in a front office like the Cleveland Cavaliers, which we all know in NBA history are one of the worst front offices in NBA history. Let's just be honest, right? Why should I be so loyal to stay there? Why? So the Zipper used that, Rashad McCann saying that I respect Reggie Miller because he was in the same situation. Well, Reggie Miller didn't win a championship, and because one of the big reasons why, not because of him, because listen, the Pacers, and I'm not saying necessarily it was bad, but they wasn't good enough to build a team win a championship for whatever reason. LeBron James, in the situation he was in, he wasn't going to win a championship and staying in Cleveland first time. When your front office refused to trade J.J. Hickson for Amari Stoudemire, yeah, I'm gonna leave too.
It's not the thing is true. It's not really a shot at LeBron. I think McCann is also saying no. I think he's also saying too that he don't think KG respected the game.
Right, and that's still crazy because at the end of the day, I don't get. Listen, let's make this clear too. I don't care about the super team. I don't care about KD. Listen, was it a quote unquote weak move visually, and you know what I mean when it comes to the fairness of the level of what KD did for the Warriors, whatever, sure, whatever, fine. But at the end of the day, this too, regardless, this is my number one thing that everybody should agree with. I mean, I can't control people agree with, but listen, at the end of the day, whatever matter what team you on, it's all about how you play on that court at the end of the day. It's all about how you perform. I don't care where you got drafted. I don't care you KD, you want to join to a 73-9 team. It don't matter about none of that. None of that don't matter. As long as you perform. And that's what KD did, and that's what LeBron did, whatever anybody did. You performed. You stayed in the organization, or you demanded a trade, or was a crybaby about it, or you got traded unexpectedly when a team lied to you. Whatever the case may be, or you decide not to resign, your obligation as a player is still to perform and play. So saying that you respect Reggie Miller because he stayed in the organization, at the end of the day, respect to Reggie Miller and respect to LeBron James. They played their hearts out there, regardless of that's the end of the day. So that was just a terrible take by Rashard. That was a goofy take, Rashard McCants. I'm not gonna lie. Like that's terrible.
Jennings' face when he said Reggie is hilarious. Like he's
like that was wild. Really? What you guys say, Herb? What you guys say about this, Herb, man?
You know he agrees with him.
Hey man, shout out to Rashard McCants, man. UNC legend, man. Tar Heels Nation, man, in the building. But at the end of the day, if people understand the context of what he really saying, he ain't saying Reggie Miller's legacy is better than LeBron, but he basically saying he respects Reggie Miller's legacy more than LeBron because Reggie Miller stood the course. He tried to win with one franchise. He never stacked the deck. He never had super teams and things of that nature. So that's what he really means. He just didn't word it the right way. But yeah, Reggie Miller's still not on the level of LeBron James. But for the respect factor, Rashard McKenzie respect Reggie Miller more, even though he never won anything. Even though he should have won in '98 against the Pacers were better than the Bulls in '98. But that's that conversation for another day. But besides that though, Rashard McCants, he always get a lot of attention. He always get people like True run that blood pressure up, man.
But my whole thing is why you can't respect both though. Like why we're calling LeBron James.
But a lot of players honestly don't respect LeBron James though. A lot of guys that actually played in the league. Though.
No, but the thing is, if it's for that reason, that means you can't respect Shaq. That means you can't respect KG. You can't respect Wilt. You can't respect Kareem. You can't respect Moses. Wait. These are all but no.
I'm gonna put that.
But that's what I'm saying. No, but Herb, understand the context of all those guys I just named. Every single last one of those guys left the team they were drafted for to increase their chances to win a championship. It's documented. All those guys said.
Well, when Shaq left the Magic.
He can't respect Dr. J either.
No, hold on. When Shaq left the Magic, the Lakers wasn't good. You had the Lakers wasn't
Wait, who said hold on. Who said I was referring to that specific move? Shaq himself said after he left the Miami Heat, he was ring chasing. He said, quote himself, I try to catch up to Kobe Bryant 5. No. He was still an all-star. No, he was still an all-star. 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 But the point is, hold on, Herm, the point is this. Herm, this is, is this simple? Is this simple, Herm? Because Herm, Herm.
LeBron's at the top of his game.
Herm, listen, you're adding words to what McCants saying. He never said that. I watched the whole podcast. He said specifically, whenever you leave your team in quest to try to win, when you're already established, you're not respecting the game. Shaq was already established after Miami, but he was still chasing the rings. Hold on, Herm. I didn't interrupt you. Shaq literally was ring chasing, trying to catch Kobe at 5, even though he was already established. That's exactly what Sean McCants said. Because Herm. Listen, that's not my logic. That's Sean McCants' logic, brother. Have a problem with Sean McCants. He literally said if True did not cut off that clip Literally, I promise you, literally 1 minute after Gilbert said what journey, he literally said what I just said. If you trying to leave your team, if you leave your team and chance to win championships, that you're when you're already established, not respecting the game. That's Rashard McCants' exact words. If you have a problem with that logic, Herb, give it up to McCann. I'm just applying that logic to not only LeBron, I'm applying it to everybody. So I don't know about you, Herb. I respect Wilt's career. I think Wilt definitely respected the game. I think Moses Malone respected the game. I think KG respected the game. But if Rashawn McCann don't, by that logic, who am I to say he's wrong? That's just his opinion.
Can I say this too? But that being said too, but that gets corny. I may not like something. I mean, I don't respect it. I don't like a lot of things James Harden don't do. But saying I don't respect what he could do on a basketball court where he doesn't help teams, I can't ignore that. Do I respect? Do I like what James Harden being a crybaby and doing things he had done to move the teams? No. But I respect the fact that when he's on that basketball court, he helped teams out. Right or not. Like at the end of the day, that's just corny when it's talking about like this weird discourse we have in basketball. Oh, just because you don't like a player, he didn't stay for one franchise, and we don't got respect it. What do you mean? At the end of the day, if they're playing on the court at a high level and performing, why we don't respect it? Because at the end of the day, y'all the same people that criticize if they're not winning. So I'm gonna get killed in trash because for not winning. But then if I leave and not being a story that y'all want me to be in, staying in one franchise, now I'm not gonna respect it. That's corny,
even if you don't respect even if you don't respect LeBron's career, that's fine. I mean, I think we all agree that that's crazy, but I mean, it's your prerogative.
Don't respect
that's okay. That's fine. But then hold the same responsibility to Kareem.
Everybody
going from Milwaukee to
at least he
Los
won.
Angeles.
At least he won in Milwaukee before he left.
But that's a goalpost movement, though.
Okay.
At least he won in Milwaukee.
Okay. Then hold that. Okay. Then hold that to Shaq, who went from Orlando to.
Hold that to KG. Hold that to KG.
Hold that to Kevin Garnett.
KG. I respect KG.
Hold that to Garnett.
Let me ask you a question,
I respect Moses Malone's career. Moses is a legend.
At the highest order.
Moses Malone is a legend, Herm. I don't know what to tell you. He's a legend. I respect that man's career, dog. That's 4-4-4.
Herm, let me ask you
hold
a question.
That. Yeah, exactly. Hold that to Moses Malone.
Is it when we talking about a team game, right, Herm?
Man, shut up. I don't want to hear from y'all right now. Shut up.
Exactly. I don't know. It's exactly because because he already know. Kerm already know he in that pot. So this basically what I'm about to go.
Man,
right?
True.
If it's a team game, I asked you a question. How you gonna cut me off when I asked you? So now you don't want to ask my question. What cut me off? It's crazy.
Remember that. Now.
This is crazy.
We could do another. We could do another debate, and where ChatGPT?
I'm retired.
I retired. Yeah, because I retired you. Because I retired.
Never retired.
You
retired. You know you lying now.
I retired.
Ain't nobody retired me.
You. You my son.
Ain't nobody retired me.
You my son.
I know.
So do you respect Charles Barkley?
Nope, because I can't say what I really want to say, but I say that.
But the point is,
okay, so
yeah,
that's it with you, True, with your goofy take of the week. Anybody else got some thoughts on ring chasing men appropriate in the NBA community?
But at the end of the day,
we definitely gonna do a video about this. This is crazy.
At the end of the day, like it is like you can't account for other men being incompetent with their jobs. And these athletes, they only have a limited time to perform at a high level. Hell, just be in the league at a certain amount of time. They don't have a long time. They don't have they're not afforded the same opportunity to have a long career as a successful coach or as a successful GM. They don't have that security. So at the end of the day, I can't blame any person, let alone professional athlete, NBA player, to put themselves in positions to give them success or bring them to the goal they want. And like Chu said before, on one hand, you want players to care, you want players to want to win championships. But on the other hand, you won't hold the people responsible for building these teams improperly. Don't make any sense.
And y'all don't do it for no other sport too, by the way. Y'all don't do it for no football. Y'all don't do it for soccer. Y'all don't do it for hockey. Y'all don't do it for baseball. Y'all only do it for basketball. And y'all gotta stop that. I mean,
facts.
y'all
Mario,
gotta
who the hell is Narnar?
It's somebody in the comments. They said ring chase, because I said nah, ring chasing not okay. Then I don't know if he responded to me. He said ring chasing is only a thing because of Jordan fans, but they hate it. He said if they appreciated players, they wouldn't have to ring chase. And then I said I
No,
agree.
so we got another JDR in the chat, huh? I always want to mention Michael Jordan. That guy, they ain't played in over 20 years. You want to mention him. And you want to talk about Jordan fans? I think you, the actual Jordan fan, no, whatever the hell you want to call
but in a sense, Michael Jordan did start this whole needing for a ring to justify your status in all time conversations. So in a way, no, Narnar is right.
Well, actually, I disagree with that. Because it didn't start with Jordan. They was actually saying Jordan could not win that style of play of being a ball hawk. So even Jordan,
they called Jordan a GOAT before he won championships.
No, that's not what I said. No, that's not true. That is
true. That is definitely true. He didn't win a ring in '88, and they were calling him the GOAT.
No. In '88 they said that's the best player in the world. They called him a GOAT after 91, 92. That's what happened. But nonetheless, that's not the point. The point is, the ring culture didn't start with Jordan. I'm not going to do that. Could you argue it got more toxic because the advertising was more Jordan? Yeah, but it did not start with Jordan. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that.
But when did it start to become a requirement though? It did start with Jordan. What? No,
it actually started with Wilt. To be honest with you, it actually did start with Wilt because Wilt, the amount of criticism Wilt was getting before '67, people was constantly questioning his integrity for the game, how selfish he was, the fact that he prioritized his stats and wasn't trying to win, which wasn't true. He was trying to win. He just wasn't having success against the Celtics up to that point. That's where the ring culture started. When they was trying to diminish what Wilt accomplished because his team was not winning. In my opinion, that's where it started in the NBA.
Started when Michael Jordan is referred to as the greatest of all time. What is the first reference that people point to?
His shoes.
No, they point to 6-0.
No, I thought they point to the shoes.
They point to 6. All right, nigga. All right, you get what I'm saying.
They do. They point to
6-0.
True was there. Hold on, True was there. There was a Jordan fan up here. True, you can count for it. He was on FYF platform. There was a Jordan fan up here. The first reason he said Jordan was the GOAT because his impact on Nike. Swear to God.
I'm not gonna lie to you,
but that's true too, though.
I CBA right now.
Yeah, that is
true. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not making it up, guys. I swear to God, I'm not.
What did you say, Zeno?
No, I CBA with this. This is so stupid, man. I don't even want to hear this. He's the GOAT because of shoe deals. Okay.
But I think that obviously plays a role into, I would say,
no one who's having a legitimate argument about Michael Jordan being the GOAT mentions the first point is the fact that he wins shoes. No, the first
true, bro. We heard it all. We heard it all.
Stop. The general consensus who has conversations and has Jordan as their GOAT, they consider him the GOAT because of being 6-0. That's just a reality of things. I don't know why we're playing semantics, why we're fighting this. It's just factual evidence of multiple arguments that we see on Players' Choice, we see on FYL Sports Debates, we see on Showtime Sports, Ticket TV. Every time they argue for Michael Jordan being the GOAT, the first thing that they point to is 6-0 and the fact that he never lost in the game and it never went to 6 games.
But 7 games. But hold on. But
it never went to 7 games.
Actually, Casual, that didn't even start with him. The first all-time great when people mentioned their quote-unquote championship success first was Bill Russell. Why is he the GOAT? 11 rings. That's the first guy. That's the first guy. 11 rings. 11. Not even 11.
Oh, no,
11.
they bring in defense. They bring in defense first, though.
They bring up.
No, they mentioned this. True, stop it, bro. Niggas mentioned the 11 rings.
They talk
11. Not 11. 11.
And
11.
they also say they own Will Chamberlain too. That's why he
hold on, time out. They talk about his impact on the game to get the They talk about
exactly. They talk about his impact on the game
to win the 11 championship. They talk about
so the first thing you tell me, the first thing people don't say about Bill Russell is his 11 rings. Now we being casual.
No.
I'm not saying.
No, I'm not saying people not saying. Well, first off, y'all, you started being nasty. You started being nasty. But actually, hold on. True. I just want to say this. I just want to tell you. First of all, Study, you started off being nasty. But True, answer this question for me.
Actually, Herm did. Don't see
even when, all right, nigga. Even when Bill Russell had 11 rings, were they not willing to give Wilt the title as the greatest of all time, even with him only winning just one ring? They just needed him to win one ring.
That's why it was multiple things.
He had two. What?
That's why it was
no. I'm saying once he won the one ring, they were all for giving him the GOAT status.
No, they wasn't. They were saying the same thing.
What?
They were like,
there's multiple articles in the year 67 ready to crown him the GOAT.
There's multiple articles also saying Bill is still the greatest player of all time. How is 8 rings trumping one? I mean, one ring trumping
because what you like to point to, the level of dominance that Wilt was displaying.
Nigga, they won 8 straight rings.
But the thing is though,
that's dominance.
But they mentioned other things besides. The point is this though, like
I'm not saying that. I don't know, but true. That's not the conversation of it. It's like what people mention. The general consensus mentioned first.
No,
when people mention Bill Russell first, they do bring up the 11 rings first. That's a fact.
But it's under the context.
That ain't necessarily.
That is true, bro. Like
somebody have majority of people that have Bill Russell very high on their list did not just mention 11 rings first. That's not.
No, true. That's not what I said. That's not what I said.
Yeah,
no one said that.
Seriously, true. That is like when Bill Russell for many years was valued as a top 5 player in large part due to just
11 rings. That's the first thing you say. 11 rings. No, listen. And we're not talking. We're not talking about from perspective. True, we're not talking about from perspective of hardcore basketball fans. We're talking about from perspective. Okay. What's the first thing casual fans say about these players? The first thing Bill Russell 11 rings. Casual point, Jordan 6-0. I say his shoes, but casual 6-0.
Nigga,
like that's
you're so aggy, nigga.
That ain't true, bro. Like I swear to God, bro. You gotta talk to these 90s fans, though.
I can't with you, bro.
They said they
I wanna be like man.
They use that 6. They use that 6. And, that's majority of people that say the 6-0, bro. That's all they like. Come on, bro.
Majority,
but seriously, study when Jordan went 6-0 and he retired after the second three-peat. There was literal like that became the standard that niggas had to meet, a certain level of excellence, if you will, of both dominance with achievements to that magnitude. And for many years until LeBron and Kobe started to rack up those accolades with excellent years, and they had the achievements that albeit didn't necessarily match up fully to Michael Jordan, it was about as close as you were probably going to get. That's when we started to have to diversify the conversations. But up until like most recently, nigga, the fact that Michael Jordan is 6-0 was always the be all end all to any conversation of why he was the GOAT.
No, it wasn't because it wasn't because 6-0 does not trump 11-1. Like it never did, never has. And on top of that too, people was moving. That's the thing too. People always move the goalposts when it came to declaring Jordan as the GOAT. He was first declared the GOAT in '92, which is crazy. Then people say, because after the three-peat now, they just moved to, no one three-peated since Bill Russell. Then, like, it keeps, like, every single time it constantly moved and they pretend it didn't exist before. Bill Russell got 5. He got 5, the same amount as Jordan. He got nearly double the goddamn rings. That's why I said the shoes, no bullshit. It is the advertisement of Michael Jordan that people mention first.
I refuse to take you serious at this point.
I'm being real, bro. Bro, you know how many people say, bro. And shout out to Man Down Sports. Shout out to Man Down Sports, but we're gonna have him on the show one day. Bro, one of the main reasons people have him as the GOAT is because they say he's quote unquote closest thing to a flawless player. That's advertisement.
It's 30. You can't prove that. And man down sports, shout out to man down sports, but come on.
No, I
bro,
think that the shoes are a part of influence, and I think that Jordan, that is the thing that exactly. So I would say that that's kind of a talking point for Michael Jordan when it comes to GOAT conversation.
But
and that's another thing
Mario, but you know what it is? It's just another thing that highlights people's ignorance, because the first person to really put shoes on the map was Walt Frazier. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it just the point is people and people want to say, oh, he changed the culture of basketball for especially representation of the NBA. No, that was Dr. J first. Like what people try to do when it turns to justify Jordan as the GOAT, they try to emphasize things that already happened.
I agree.
Yeah, I would say that's true. But yeah, Rashad saying that does not surprise me at all.
Hey, shout out to the new subscribers. We see y'all, Martin Burt.
Oh yeah, shout out to everybody that subscribed to the channel during the stream. I don't know if y'all been looking at the comments. I have, but there hasn't been exactly one comment that has stood out for me. Do y'all have a most valuable comment before we close?
I have viable comments, sir. To me, it's between these three guys, Iron Man 32. There was a guy named Thunder earlier, and what's the brother name? Of course, Tyson. Tyson got up there, but Bando's new guy I recognize. But I'm gonna have to give it to Iron Man 32. Not because he's agreeing with me, but in general, like he and Chris, I believe, was in the beginning, and he stayed this long, and he was active throughout the whole chat, from the WNBA topics to this, all of it. I think that's the most viable chat warrior today.
Anybody else?
Shout out to J Main, man. Shout out to J Main. I see you. What else, dude? I mean,
so True approve of his comment right here. Okay, man. Hey,
no, I ain't saying he's a chat. I'm just saying. I'm trying to think. I mean, Tyson up there. Irvin K.
Duke up there. Duke.
Shout out to Duke. I think I ain't gonna lie. If I had to, I think Tyson was. He had his points in the comment section too. He was interactive. He had his.
You giving Tyson the Kawhi? You giving Tyson the Kawhi treatment?
And Tyson was capping. Too, like earlier.
Wow,
he was capping earlier too. But that being said, he was part of. I would listen, man. Shout out to Tyson. I mean, I may have to give it to Tyson, man.
Man, Tyson getting the Kawhi treatment. That's great.
I'm just saying though. I mean,
okay. That's it for today's show.
Walt Frazier's shoes is crazy.
Hey, first of all, Tyson, we ain't gonna disrespect the great Walt Frazier, my nigga. Like the pioneer, like the two-time Hall of Famer. See, that's your problem, Tyson. You're not young culture, brother. It ain't your fault.
You had to respect the legend. You did respect legends though. Walt Frazier
ain't gonna disrespect Walt, nigga. The Glide, nigga. Like, bro, we ain't doing that.
You respected the Glide and Houdini, man. Koozie. In the same stream is crazy.
But yeah, we appreciate everybody that came and watched the show today. Once again, don't forget to like and subscribe to this. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel. Comment down who you think the GOAT of the WNBA is. Comment down who you think will win the NBA Finals. But yeah.
I'm here to introduce you guys to a website with guaranteed returns, and it's called Profit Duel. And Profit Duel guarantees your returns by using this thing called match betting.
So match betting is basically a process that involves placing two bets on the same event to cover all outcomes. And that's the most important thing right there. So there's really no risk. This means we don't win anything, but we also don't lose anything. But in the process of doing that, you are unlocking the generous free bets offered by a multitude of different sports books out there. Let's go ahead and click on some of these offers. I'm going to show you how this process works. But when you click on these offers here, as you can see, sports welcome bonuses, multitude of different bonuses right here, and you have the opportunity to take advantage of all of these offers, and it makes the process so much easier than what you see on some of these other sites.
Get Profit Duel and let's start getting this guaranteed cash today.
afternoon.